checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Monday, June 16th edition of the Hall of Famers. Hopefully you had a beautiful Father's Day weekend. All the dads out there, all the sons, all the brothers. We've got Johnny I in the Idaho compound while Steve Mason is here. And yes, we've got Ohtani talk, real Dodgers talk all afternoon long as we get ready for Shohei Ohtani's debut as a Dodgers pitcher tonight against those little brothers, sad little Padres, those gutsy little Padres. We'll talk about that, plus NBA Finals tonight. Can the Pacers continue their upsets, or will the Thunder continue winning? We'll see that. Plus the usual fun and fair. Let's do it. Your Monday afternoon, the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, right now.
Good afternoon. What is going on, people? It is Monday. I will not say happy Monday. You guys can all say it if you want.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
I don't know.
Ireland, what's happening up there?
Nothing. Everything's good. Cheerio. Laura, are you going to London? Did you work that out?
So Paris, yeah, it's
Paris,
a whole
yeah,
thing because my friend, one of the, 3 girls, out of the 3 girls, one was already denied from work that she does not have.
She does not have.
She has like 120 hours of PTO, and they told her no.
Oh, wow.
And then I haven't gotten approved yet, and then the other
well,
one's
we can
still pending.
lean on somebody for you.
You know,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Because you should go.
Still pending. I did buy my flight though.
What? Oh, did you?
I did, but I got I paid extra.
So wait a minute.
Wait,
you're going.
First of all, are you comfortable saying how much?
It was $1,575
round trip.
Okay.
Okay.
But my friend said we paid a lot because we did the bigger seats. We didn't, and then also it's refundable. So if we don't go, that's why.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, whenever I come here, whenever I come to Idaho, the rule is never buy a Super Saver.
A Super Saver meaning?
If you buy a Super Saver, it's non-changeable, non-refundable, and you just have to eat it.
Right.
And,
so I always buy whatever the next thing up from that
It's
is.
called a credit card, people.
Credit card. We just bought flights to Costa Rica, $290 round trip.
Wait,
that's awesome.
That was great.
That's a spectacular
I was like, what the hell's
deal.
going on? How is it 200? Because Costa Rica's it's like Hawaii without spending too much money. And even the plane tickets are like a third of what you pay to go to
Puerto
Hawaii.
Rico, it was I think we
Puerto
paid,
Rico's a long way over.
Yeah.
That's like a 9-hour flight, I think, from here, isn't it?
Well, because of the time change and everything, yeah.
How far is Paris, Laura? Paris has got to be 11 or 12, right?
We bought direct also, so it's 11-something hours.
Yeah.
So, Brian Cohen, where are you traveling to? Do you get a plane ticket story for us?
I do. I'm actually going in 2 weeks to Tennessee. Going to go see my fam out there.
Very nice.
Which I'll have to say is more expensive than going to Costa Rica.
Right?
It's crazy.
I figured it would be.
Yeah.
You know what? Idaho is more expensive than I paid more than $290 to come here.
There you go. So Costa Rica, border tourism. Hey, I thought of Brian yesterday because I was flipping around Netflix, and they had a documentary, and it immediately made me think of you, Brian. Do you know what it is?
I had no clue.
Okay. It's called Poop Cruise, and it's about that. It's about that cruise where they got stuck out in the ocean. They had nowhere to go to the bathroom. They call it Poop Cruise, and I thought,
wait a minute. All the bathrooms were non-functioning?
No, they were out there so long that everything was overflowing. It was awful.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I know this isn't what they're supposed to do, but I'm surprised they did just dump all the waste in the ocean.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a law or something. I don't know. The Poop Cruise, it's a Carnival Triumph ship.
Wait, this is a Netflix documentary?
Netflix documentary. It's called Trainwreck, Poop Cruise.
Wow.
An engine fire leaves 4,000 passengers stranded at sea without power, plumbing. Wild documentary about the infamous poop cruise of 2013. You missed that one, right?
I'll check that out, though.
I'm all over that poop cruise thing, man.
I'll watch that.
Sounds like my weekend.
It's great for the cruise business. What happened to you this weekend?
So on Friday, we stumbled into this girl that lives in my complex, and I saw her pup, and I was like, "Oh my God, your dog is so cute." Turns out it wasn't her dog. She found it on the street. Ireland. It was like an exact replica of Rocco.
Clay's dog.
Clay's
really?
dog who
so
passed.
It's like is that a French bulldog?
No, it's a English bulldog.
English bulldog.
So
okay.
Complete replica of the dog. I was so smitten by it. She goes, honestly, I don't know the name. I don't know how old he is. I found him on the street, but I can't keep him for the night because I have a pit bull. So I looked at Christian. I was like, he's like, oh hell. We're going to keep the dog, aren't we? So we did. We kept him overnight. Turns out he was a little bit more neglected than we figured, so we had to deal with all that. And then the following day, we had to take him.
Meaning that he wasn't potty trained or anything?
No, he had fleas, so we had to deal with that.
Oh, got it.
And then on Saturday morning, we had to do some errands, so we took the dog with us, and he created a little mess in the back seat. He poo-pooed and he pee-peed all in the back seat. So that's why I was like, I know what the poo-poo train is.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
It all ties in. But gorgeous dog.
Yeah, cool. And they eventually found a home?
We found his owner.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
We were able to. He was chipped. So I'm super sad because I thought I was going to get a free little bully.
So how does that work? If the dog has a chip, then you can go to a veterinarian and they can read the chip?
The girl that found him, we were tag teaming this because I had a lot going on Saturday. So she took the dog to see if he had a chip. I think she took him to a PetSmart or something, she said.
And they can do it there?
Yeah. They checked and he was chipped. So we found the owner and I was super sad.
Very nice.
Because I want the dog back.
Very nice.
We called him Papa because he looked like a little potato.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But he's not mine.
I went out to, first of all, I went to see Mumford & Sons at Hollywood Bowl on Thursday night. Oh, my God, what a great show. What an unbelievable show that was. And fireworks at the end, the whole thing with the big closing song. Hollywood Bowl is just like in Ireland. What we did was we got a room down at the Lowe's at Hollywood and Highland there.
Yeah, and you just walked up for the concert and walked back. But just a great show. Then it was Mom's birthday this weekend.
How did that go?
Oh, it went great. We had a big birthday celebration at the casino on Friday. She loves the casino. Then Saturday, big party at the Mexican restaurant. All of her friends and stuff were there. Fantastic.
Did Pope Leo bless the congregation at the Mexican restaurant?
You know what? It's not Pope Leo, and yes, he did try to bless. In fact, if you walk in the door of my mom's house, my mom and not stepdad Leo's house, there's a little thing on the window that's a picture of Leo. It says Pope Leo. I was like, oh,
there
God.
you go.
Oh, God. All right, so there is so much going on right now.
I know.
Obviously, Ohtani pitching tonight, which is going to be just a wild circus. And all of a sudden, there was really no advance warning. Last week, Dave Roberts said the chances were north of 0 that he would pitch before the All-Star break. We have arrived. It happened really fast.
Right. Well, Dave did what we always say everyone should do. He underpromised and overdelivered.
Well, and he came through.
Yeah.
He came through.
That's why if he would have said, yeah, he should pitch any day now. Like what they're doing with Roki Sasaki. They've basically come out and said Roki Sasaki is shut down. We may not see him again this year. Now, that doesn't mean we won't. There's a possibility he could. But by setting that expectation that he may be out for the year, then you can underpromise or overpromise and underdeliver.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought this up. We actually have the audio of what Dave said about Sasaki, and let's try to divine what it is he's actually saying. Listen to this.
Being thrust here into this environment certainly was a big undertaking for him, and then now you layer in the health part of it, and then you layer he's a starting pitcher, the build-up, what that entails. I think that's the prudent way to go about it, and whatever we get from him, and expecting him to be back, obviously, and contributing. But I think, the mindset should be we got to plan on, life without him as far as this year. I think that's a fair way to think about it.
I think he's pretty clear there.
Yeah, that he's probably not coming back. But if he does, then it's a surprise like tonight.
Yes, exactly. We will stay tuned for a big Roki surprise. In the meantime, Shohei Ohtani tonight at Dodger Stadium. Coming up next for you, we mentioned Sasaki. You know what? There's one player, and he did it again yesterday, who deserves to be an all-star for the Dodgers. We'll talk about that. Plus, it sounds like Phoenix very happy with potential trade offers for KD. That is coming up next for you. In the meantime, it's a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday Thunder. Even the series Friday night and look to take the lead back at home in OKC tonight. Coverage starts at 5:30 here on 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app. Thank you to Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Please enjoy responsibly. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of real Dodgers talk. 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, where vapes are anti-aging. Because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke.
Invented the flex play. I always play flex, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get that $50 instantaneously when you make your first $5 lineup. That's code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Get that $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
4th of July savings start now at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new Hyundai Elantra SCL Sport for just $219 a month for 36 months with only $34.99 due at signing. Drive with confidence backed by America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles, and Hyundai's exclusive owner assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or schedule your test drive now at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com.
And SU944151, $34.99 due at signing plus tax. License, $85 doc fee and registration. No security deposit. 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 7/7/2025.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STAPLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon. The Waba Grill lunch hour is on. Why do they grill the order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins and fresh steamed vegetables. Right now, get a value bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you as the Waba Grill lunch hour continues on 710.
What's up, people? It is Monday, gearing up for Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight at Dodger Stadium.
And I'm feeling good.
They're playing his song. And the tickets have gotten very expensive since the announcement, which came just a few minutes after last night's game. Shohei Ohtani getting the start tonight for the Dodgers. He's the opener, so don't expect him to throw more than 1 or 2 innings, but we will see him pitch for the very first time.
And this series will probably determine, since they took 3 or 4 from the Giants who they were tied
2 or
with.
3.
Thank you. And then this is the 4 game, right?
Right. So they took 2 or 3 from the Padres, 2 or 3 from the Giants. Now they got 4 with the Padres.
So this will probably determine whether or not you win the bet or I win the bet that the Dodgers will still be in first place by the end of the month. What are they, 2 games up now?
2 games up.
Okay.
I feel pretty
so they take care of
comfortable
business
about
in
that.
this series. I think you win.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Which is great. All right. Yeah. By the way, anytime I win, it's great. It's just great.
Ireland, you won, by the way. Mace totally failed that challenge.
Yeah. The
Islands.
thing at Islands was just like the biggest ham joke bet of all time, but you won it.
And who'd you lose to?
Andy. But I would have lost to anybody.
Andy used to work in a restaurant, and I don't think you ever have.
I would have lost to Guy in front row. I mean, I would have lost to anybody in that
Did you
contest.
try and do it? What we're talking about is they did a waiter challenge where Mace went and took an order from a table. Were you allowed to write the order down?
No, you were not allowed to write the order down. You had to remember the order. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, no chance.
I might have
Although I had a waiter 2 nights ago that did that we had 4 people at a table, and he took the whole order, and he nailed it.
Did he get it?
He didn't write a thing down.
I had talked to somebody who says they're very nervous when they go to a restaurant and the waiter takes their order without writing it down.
That's me.
I
told
nervous?
you that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I said somebody told me that, so it's you. Why are you so nervous about it?
Because I think they're going to botch it. I mean, how many times do you have trouble with takeout when that's a computerized order?
Yeah, true.
If you go to a restaurant and the person's not writing it down, the chances of them remembering are about 50%.
Okay, I have a desperate plea. A desperate plea.
A desperate plea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to play part of a commercial for you. You tell me what's wrong.
Finally, they have arrived. A whole new lineup of delicious Frosty Swirls.
Notice it?
Well, I assume it has something to do with that tone you played.
That's the Ring doorbell ring.
Finally,
my dogs.
So your dogs go crazy.
Every time the Wendy's commercial goes on for the Frost, they're like at the front door thinking somebody is there. And I cannot be the only one having this. There have to be other people that are
100%.
experiencing this same thing. Brian, has Copper done this yet?
I haven't seen this, commercial, but every time my phone goes off and it is the Ring thing, oh yeah, she goes crazy. So I can imagine if I was watching this, she would.
God. Now, Ron is weird because he watches TV. So when he sees, like, oh, my God, when those Farmer's Dog commercials come on, Ron is just at the screen, just like that. And I don't know how to get him to stop watching TV. It's not good for him. It's not good for me, for him to watch TV.
I have that same problem, and I've come to a realization that especially during sports, there is about a dog commercial.
A dog
every break.
This
there's
morning,
a dog commercial.
like, get up. It's like every commercial. They just randomly stick a dog in because I think dogs sell. It doesn't even have to do with dogs, and there's dogs in there. So anyway, that was
the Hey Alexa one. Like when we say Alexa, people get mad because they're like, "You turn on my Alexa everywhere."
Yeah. We won't do that anymore. We don't want to get dogs nervous and upset, so we will not play that again. So Ireland, I brought this up last week, and I don't know if you've come around a little bit. Andy Pages obviously hit a big home run yesterday, and I believe he is right on the bubble for getting into the All-Star game.
No.
He's on pace right now for 29 homers and 104 RBIs. He has a 5.6 WAR, and he's playing Gold Glove defense in center field.
Right, but here's the problem. He won't get voted in because his name is in. And if you're picking subs, well, let's go through this. You have to take Will Smith.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to take Freddie Freeman because Harper's leading the vote.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
Do you have to take Mookie?
No.
But
I mean, you certainly could make an argument.
He might win. Who's winning for shortstop? Do we know?
Who's leading it? I don't think we've got any vote results. They just opened voting last week, so we don't know actually.
Probably not yet. But he might win, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, Shohei's a lock.
Yep.
How many Dodgers can you take?
Well, I mean, frankly, there's Freddie.
I think they have to take Kershaw.
Freddie, Shohei, Will Smith. I don't think they need to take Kershaw. I think they do need to take Yamamoto, even though he's had a couple of rough starts.
Here's the problem. If you don't take Kershaw, he probably retires after this year. And normally that's what they do. They took Cal Ripken in his last year. They took Jeter in his last year. They took if you're a first ballot Hall of Fame lock, and Kershaw is, and it is generally perceived that this is your last year. It's a ceremonial choice, but
I hadn't even thought
picked.
about this. So you're saying that even though he's only made a couple of starts, and obviously Saturdays he was terrific.
Right.
Actually, back-to-back starts, he's been really, really good. You would take him despite the fact, and sort of an honorary kind of.
I probably wouldn't, but I think baseball will, because that's what they do. They use the All-Star game as a way to honor their greats, and you know what? There's nobody dominating the National League. They might even start him. Is there somebody? Is there somebody
cool.
hands down? Like, who would win the Cy Young Award if the vote was today?
In the
National League.
In the National League,
is there a lock?
No.
Well,
it's Skeens. Skeens is probably the front runner.
Oh, Skeens will probably start.
Yeah, Skeens will probably start.
Yeah, he started last year.
But I got looking at it. Paz is what is he?
He certainly has the credentials. I think he's going to get caught in a numbers game.
He's 10th in the league in RBIs. Pretty good.
Yeah.
He's got, he had his 14th homer yesterday. I mean,
you would take him over Teoscar.
I would. Teoscar, I know he hit the home run over the weekend, but he's been scuffling a little bit.
Right, but is he still among the leaders in RBIs? Is he ahead of
Teoscar
Pages?
is 4 RBIs ahead of Andy Pages.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of I think that they may take the attitude with Pages, wait your turn because you're young.
Yeah.
Is he still technically a rookie?
No.
Or did he have too many at-bats
He had too many at-bats last year, so he's no longer a rookie. And by the way, we should point out that Kershaw, did you get to see, I know you're traveling, did you get to see any of Kershaw Saturday?
Yeah, well, in that game, I had a bunch of Dodger fans, or not Dodger fans, Giant fans, actually, but people that wanted to watch the game.
You let them into your house?
I did.
Oh.
These are, you know what this trip was?
What?
You remember when those college guys came back for you a couple of years ago?
Sure.
This was mine this weekend.
So was it fraternity guys or high school guys?
All of them.
Oh,
and
wow.
we had a ball, but man, it's like I'm flying home tonight. I need a vacation from the vacation. But
that's a good vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they all wanted to watch Dodgers Giants, and that Kershaw game was such a bad game.
It was.
It was like, by the way, they have this rule that if you're down 8 runs after the 7th inning, you can put a position player in.
Yes.
I almost think they need to say only one team's allowed to do it, because if you're ahead 10-0,
right?
I think you should have to use pitchers.
Sure. Oh, you think you should have to use pitchers
if
you're
behind
up 10
10-0? Go ahead. Don't burn your bullpen, right? Because you're obviously running on fumes. But if you're ahead, I don't think the Dodgers should have been able to put Kike in that game. It was the second time Kike pitched that last week.
Right. He's been dealing.
No, he was terrible. He was so bad.
I'm joking.
Yeah, he was so bad that they had to get
Went
Anthony
to the pen.
Bonda up and close the game.
Bonda, fix this.
Yeah.
But I do understand. Look, I think we live in an era in baseball where your arms need to be preserved, and if it means that you've got a better shot to win tomorrow, I understand why you would go to a position player. And I'm not sure,
even if you're ahead,
even if you're even if you're ahead, because you're still preserving your bullpen for tomorrow or for what comes next. Would you set a rule that says, what would your rule be?
My rule would be I don't want 2 position players in the game, which is what happened Saturday. It turned the game into a joke.
Yeah, was it first? So in
the
other
Giants
words,
went first. They brought in their second baseman.
Yep.
He was throwing 30 miles an hour. He was just lobbing pitches over the plate.
Yep.
Miguel Rojas hit one to the Harbor Freeway.
Yes.
But then they got out of it, and then we had to sit through it again when Kike came in. And Kike had a bad night. Not that he's a pitcher, but I just think that we need some type of product that's worth watching. And if you put 2 position players in, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm in favor of using Rojas because he does impressions of the other Dodger pitchers.
Exactly.
And Kike doesn't really do that. But I'll tell you
I
what.
like the helmet he wears, though, the little pitcher cap.
Oh,
Kike, that one gives me a smile.
And
every
Rojas
time.
does. Kershaw, he does everybody. By the way, there was a little nugget on Kershaw I wanted to pass around, which is this. Kershaw, 7 scoreless innings. And, Laura, you had this stat. He is the leader in Major League Baseball among active players with 7 innings of shutout baseball. The active leader, he's done it 65 times. So,
there's another excuse to get him into the All-Star.
Yeah,
game.
there's another angle. Yeah, I'll be curious to see if that's what goes down. All right, coming up next, going to spin the wheel of questions. In the meantime, this is an ad sponsored by BetterHelp. So, it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month right now. And it's funny, I was noticing some stuff that came out from Kyrie Irving. He says, I'm watching the finals, recovering from surgery. I could be bogged down or depressed, but I'm sharing this unfiltered because you deserve it. I let people spin narratives, get into my head, violate my spiritual boundaries. That led to a spiral of emotions. I know what it feels like to lose it all or not want to be on earth anymore, so please don't stay quiet. Don't retreat. I care. Reach out to your loved ones. Couldn't say that better myself. Reach out to your loved ones. If you are having any kind of problems in your life, you're depressed, can't get out of bed, anxious all the time, the world feels like totally overwhelming for you, there is someone you can talk to right now. BetterHelp is the largest online therapy platform in the world. They've served over 5 million people, and there are 35,000 therapists available right now. It's convenient. You join a session with the therapist at the click of a button, and they can help fit therapy into your busy life. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout. BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I don't know anything, but I just think it would make all the sense in the world for next year to be the year that is the final year.
I would like to also acknowledge that I, too, know nothing. However, I'm making a prediction. I say LeBron and Bronny and Bryce all play together for the Lakers. If that's what LeBron wants, that's what LeBron's going to get. But I think that he waits and Bryce plays 1 year at Arizona, jumps to the NBA, because that's what LeBron tells the Lakers he wants him to do.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Do you guys think I'm out of my mind?
I mean, I don't know, Cap. I don't know what to say to you.
What you should say to me is, Cap, God, that's smart. Gosh, you are so smart, man.
I don't know. I haven't slept enough today to really think about this stuff. So
then just roll with it, bro.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Cap.
Thank you.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at HighDesertBeerAndWinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's HighDesertBeerAndWinefest.com.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
Oh, in stereo. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
All right, we will find out.
All right, guys. So I saw this interesting tweet that Devin Booker was on with the streamer. Sorry, I could not find. I did ask the kids in the back. They also don't know who the guy is that he was on with. But he said, hell nah, there's more money in this bleep, bro. I should be doing what y'all doing. I'm trying to get like y'all. Basically saying there's more money in streaming than in the NBA.
Okay.
And look at how many ball players are streaming or have podcasts. Do you guys foresee this being like the new thing, maybe like when they retire or just like as a side hustle? Because I feel like everybody has something else.
Well,
you know what I mean?
if you study podcasting, there are now, I think there are more than 10 people that have $100 million podcast deal.
Mm-hmm.
The guys at Smartless have a $100 million podcast deal. Joe Rogan has $100 million. There's a girl named
daddy
Alex Cooper. She has
host.
$100 million podcast deal. So Travis Kelce and his brother have a $100 million podcast deal.
Yep.
So yeah, I can see. I mean, the business model for audio, it's really not radio anymore, it's audio, is, I mean, it's changing weekly. If you can put together a really good podcast, you can make a fortune.
Yes.
And some of these guys are, so good for them.
It's not even like content either, right? Because I, like, for example, there's podcasts that I like are very niche, and I'm like, oh, I'm super interested in whatever they got going on, but they don't have a lot of subscribers. It's
right.
But these guys are pulling, like these streamers are pulling, like a Devin Booker, like a Kevin Hart.
Right.
Like it's just the guests that they're pulling too.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is people love the opportunity to tell their side of the story. Like professional athletes, as they go along, you know, Mookie Betts does this, and Paul Pierce does this, and guys do this where they basically get a space to react to or create their own narrative.
And Mace, think about this. This Ben Lyons, I had dinner with Ben Lyons when he was in New York, and he made this point, and I thought it was a great one. He said, you watch a great game, and Draymond figures prominently in the ending.
Mm-hmm.
When you're driving home, do you want to listen to the regular post-game show where they're going to run a whole bunch of ads, or do you want to listen to Draymond talk to you live about what happened at the end of the game?
Right.
And so it's a challenge for TV and radio networks that have deals for whether it be NBA or NFL, and we have a bunch of them. We have like 6 or 7 teams at our place. We got to make those post-game shows good because sooner or later, people are going to be able to, and kids are great at this, dial up athletes directly who played in the game and hear from them directly. And Ben said he was talking to some young guys, and they said they'd rather hear Bronny driving home in his car doing a pod than they would listening to the traditional post-game show. So the world's changing.
Yeah, it definitely is. And right now, I say this all the time, but if you go to Apple iTunes and you just look at the number of podcasts, when you open that, realize that 3/4 of them are dead, inactive.
Mm-hmm.
Only 25% of the podcasts on iTunes are actually active and being updated on a regular basis.
And I would argue, how long did you do your podcast before you saw any money, before you were able to monetize it?
I was there very early to make a little money. I'm still not making a bunch of money. I'm working on a deal to
right,
move
but you're
my
on the
podcast.
right. You're in the black, not the red.
Correct.
Most of those failed podcasts you talked about are people that were never ever able to figure out how to monetize.
Right,
it, how to make
exactly.
any money.
And it's just super hard. It's super hard to get guests. It's super. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to do a podcast and to maintain it and have it do really well over a long period of time. Like Mark Maron gave up his WTF. I think he'd done it for 7-8 years. I've done mine for 5 years. Yeah. I may have news about my podcast moving somewhere soon. Yeah,
interesting.
Good.
Breaking news over here.
Get them checks.
Get
Mace.
them checks.
Get them.
Get paid. It is hard, and it's super. You have a team, Mace, so you have people that help you.
Correct.
But when you're doing it by yourself, like I was doing it by myself.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much
I couldn't
work.
do it by myself.
Yeah,
couldn't do it by myself. Hey, by the way, LAFC is right now in their matchup against Chelsea in Atlanta. They're trailing Chelsea 1-0, and it looks like they are in the 40. Oh, they're just starting the second half. So we'll keep you up to date on the second half. This is LAFC versus Chelsea, and this is the FIFA World Cup 2025 event playing. And this is unique because, John, you don't see MLS teams playing Premier League teams very often.
Right, and obviously the Premier League teams are what everybody's aspiring to be.
Yeah.
So that's a step up in class for LAFC.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so I wanted to say something here. On Saturday at Dodger Stadium, there was a performer named Nezza, Nezza. And Laura, you know her or know,
I know
about her?
I know who she is as far as like her. I don't know her personally, just like on her platforms, her social media platforms. She's a Dominican artist, Dominican American, with 2 Dominican immigrant parents.
And, John, I'm sure you saw this story, but she sang the national anthem in Spanish on Saturday at Dodger Stadium. And it was against the Dodgers' wishes. She apparently had asked them, and they said no. And she did it anyway. Now, we don't do politics here on the show. I don't like to do politics on the radio. But to me, this is not politics. This is human. This is about people that we live with who are in our town who are scared right now for good reason. So much of Los Angeles is powered by the work of undocumented people and Mexican immigrants, and they are living in fear right now. And I understand why Nezza would do that. I understand why the Dodgers don't necessarily want to be a big political target, and they would be if they had made a big deal of this. But I think it does require some courage here. And I think Nezza showed that courage. I want to let you know that I am in solidarity with anybody who is scared right now, anybody who is frightened. I believe me, it is hard out there. It's difficult out there. And I just wanted to take a minute and say I am in solidarity with all Mexican immigrants and what's going on in this town right now. So I just wanted to say that, John. I don't know if you have anything to add or not.
I don't.
Okay. Hey, there we mentioned that the Kevin Durant is on the market right now, and Brian Windhorst says that the Suns are very happy with the offers they're getting. Here's that.
What I understand, the 3 teams on Durant's list, Miami, San Antonio, and Houston, have not made offers that have gotten Phoenix excited to this point. To this point is very important. Minnesota was aggressive at midseason, and Minnesota, from what I understand, has been the most aggressive team in these trade talks. I do think Toronto is lurking out there. Toronto is making the number 9 pick in this draft in addition to some players available in multiple different scenarios. And I think the LA Clippers are lurking out there as well. But I would say right now, if I had to put a favorite, I definitely think Minnesota is the team that's been most aggressive.
Durant to Minnesota. Makes sense, John?
No, he doesn't want to go there. And so this, I'm glad you brought this up because this is a hard decision for the Wolves. He would be perfect for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Julius Randle would be a good fit in Phoenix with Devin Booker.
Right.
So it makes sense for both teams. But Durant has zero, according to Shams this morning, has zero interest of getting traded to Minnesota. If you knew that and you were the Wolves, do you punt or do you trade for him anyway?
Okay, so let's lay this out. First of all, I'm Minnesota, and I really want Kevin Durant, right?
Right.
Okay.
But he comes out and says, no interest in playing for your team.
I would not make that trade. Now, Phoenix has come out and said, well, he's got requested locations and all that, but, we're going to trade him wherever we can get our best deal.
No, you're not.
That's what they say.
Yeah, because the other team has to agree to take him. And, Phoenix can try and play tough guy all they want, but it's a player-empowered league. The players run the league.
Right.
And I think what Kevin Durant is doing, and it just proved it with you, is he is doing a preemptive, I'm not going there, and it worked with you. You just said as soon as you heard that, you're out.
Yeah. I don't want to have to twist somebody's arm to
Nor
play
would
for
I.
me.
I'm with you. I agree with you. But so Phoenix can say everything they want, that we'll do what's best for us, blah, 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 blah. But the truth is the players have a lot of say in this.
Here's what
Kevin Durant can derail a lot of these deals.
Here's where I've got a problem. why saying if I was Phoenix, I would go to Kevin Durant before all this stuff goes down and say, listen, KD, this obviously didn't work out for whatever reason. We are going to facilitate a trade. Please don't come out and say a bunch of places you will go to and won't go to because it will damage your trade value. Can we be partners in this trade to make sure that you're happy and that we're happy?
No, because I'm only happy going to one of three places: Houston, San Antonio,
but
and
can he not say that privately to the team so that he doesn't tank his trade value?
No,
we should.
I'm a player in the league, and players run the league. I don't need you.
I don't disagree, but what he's done is, and this is what a lot of players do, is they try to call their shot, and it eliminates everybody else from any sort of negotiating
And how did
position.
those stories end? How did it end with Anthony Davis? How did it end with Damian Lillard? How did it end? They all end up going where they want to go. Players have been. How did it end up with LeBron? Players run the league. Phoenix thinks they have leverage here. They have zero. They don't have any leverage.
Well, do you think there are teams that, because I think he said Miami,
San Antonio,
Houston. Okay, so if those are the three spots, would it not have been? I don't know. Do you want to work with your employer or do you not?
You're getting out of the John Ireland business.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Why not just say why not Phoenix say to Kevin, look, we're going to trade you this summer. We're going to try to get you to one of your spots, but can you not say anything so that we have the ability to get the best possible offer we can? That's all I would say. Now, KD can say, no, I'm just going to go out and say what spots I'm going to because I'm KD.
I have a response to this. Let me know when I can give it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Okay, I say yes.
Well, you have you're not the boss of me. I'm a player. You're a team. The players run the league. Screw you.
Right.
I'm going where I want. I'm either going to Houston, San Antonio, or Miami. And if you trade me anywhere else, I'm gonna crap on the deal. And
well,
I'm gonna say I don't want to go there.
We are potentially going to find out how that turns out.
Right now, for looking at it from your position,
yeah,
it has happened before. Kawhi Leonard said he didn't want to go to Toronto. Toronto said, we don't care what you think. We're trading for you anyway. And they won the title. And he was the finals MVP.
Sure.
Does Phoenix have the guts to do that? And more importantly, it's not really Phoenix's guts. Does another team have the guts to trade for Durant if he plays that card? Like, for example, you're Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a good team. You've been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. You and I both think, at least initially, we would not want a guy who doesn't want us.
Correct.
We don't want to be there. But what if they just tell him, you know what, we're trading for you anyway. If you want to walk away from $60 million, we don't think you'll do it. It's a game of chicken. You come here, you play with Anthony Edwards, you play with Rudy Gobert. We think you can win the title, and we're ready to roll the dice that you won't walk away from $60 million. Would a team do that? Toronto did it with Kawhi.
Toronto. I mean, I think there's probably some team that's willing to roll the dice for Kevin Durant. I mean, he's only got – this is the last year of his contract, right? So he's an expiring contract. He's eligible to get an extension. Doesn't it come down to who's willing to give – like if you're trading for Kevin Durant, you're giving him that extension, right?
Not necessarily. Toronto didn't give Kawhi an extension, and he didn't want one. He said, I'm going to free agency no matter how much money you offer me.
So Minnesota basically has to decide, are we willing to accept a $55 million hit with Kevin Durant's contract, knowing that he can walk away at the end of the season?
And Mace, it's a disjointed world. I know we're up against it here. We're
going
to
okay. I don't
sports
care
graffiti,
about what we're up against.
But this trade that happened over the weekend doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Desmond Bane is a good player.
Yeah.
He's not worth 4 number 1 picks. It's hard to get players now because players all run the league.
Right.
And so you've got to overpay and do stuff like that. I think
now, by the way, do you think that that's the beginning of Ja gone, JJR gone?
I do not. I think it's the opposite.
Okay. A lot of people think they're speculating already on trades.
I know. I think that one of the reasons why they got out from under the Bane contract, who had 2-3 years left on his deal, was now they can use that money to extend Triple J and Morant.
Got it.
I think Triple J more likely than Morant. I don't know if I'd give Ja a long-term deal without any conditions on it because he's so he's been suspended like 5 times.
Mercurial.
Yeah, good word.
It's a kind way to say it.
Right. But I am fascinated by how this Durant thing ends.
Yeah,
fascinating.
It will be interesting. All right, coming up next, you may have a take on that. You may have a reaction to Shohei Ohtani pitching tonight. All kinds of stuff going on. Dodgers take 2 out of 3 from the Giants over the weekend. All that stuff, fair game. And whatever you got, 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. We will get some of your calls in here next for Sports Graffiti. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Wait, I don't know what chamoy is, though.
It's a sweet and sour, salty, spicy Mexican candy.
Yeah, I've had chamoy many times. Okay.
It's a sauce, but they put it in candy. Like margaritas, too, and maybe micheladas.
So it's not what Michael Jackson would say. No. That was chamoy.
Chamoy.
That's put that on there.
That's
I knew
chamoy.
you were going to say that, Cap.
No,
I knew it.
know Cap, he's right. Chamoy.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Want to play in the ESPN LA's second annual listeners game? Visit ESPNLA.com now for your chance to secure a roster spot. Don't miss the chance to play for either Team Travis or Team DeMarco. Visit ESPNLA.com today. Thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of real Dodgers talk. 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
30 years ago, Wu-Tang Clan changed hip-hop forever. Now, it's time for the Final Chamber. Live in Los Angeles, Wu-Tang Clan, together, live on stage, the beginning of their final tour. Live this Sunday at Crypto.com Arena with Run the Jewels. Get tickets now at WuTangClan.com. Wu-Tang Forever, the Final Chamber. Produced by AEG Presents.
Hey, baseball fans, ready to swing for the fences? It's ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by our friends at Legends Attic. Part of All-Star Friday night, step up to the plate and take your shot at launching as many baseballs as you can into the home run zone. Spots are limited, so grab your bat and go to ESPNLA.com right now to sign up. Bring the heat and showcase your legendary swing at our All-Star Friday night event on July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. Reserve your spot now thanks to Legends Attic, the ultimate sports fans' dream destination.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
All right, it is Sports Graffiti time. And lines, we got one line open, 8-7. Actually, no lines open. Sorry about that. Ireland's in Idaho. I'm here in L.A. And let's hit the phones. Let's go to Sean. Sean, Sean, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
What's happening, guys?
What's up, man?
First, happy Father's Day, John, to you having a kid with special needs. I'm a special ed teacher.
Oh, good
I know
for
what kind
you,
of
man.
goes into that. Yeah, props to you, too, man. Props to you. You're a great dad. Hey, Ireland and Mason.
Yes.
Lake Coeur d'Alene has a great smallmouth bass bite. I know you may want to tune off, John, but you can go there. There's charter services. You can go over. CDA Sport Fishing is a charter service on Lake Coeur d'Alene where they'll give you the top-of-the-line equipment, bring you to the right spot, and you'll catch fish. I had someone I know that caught 41 smallmouth bass over 2.5 pounds, over 3.5 pounds, excuse me. What do you think about them apples there, John and Mace?
Well, I'm not a big fisherman, but Lisa has started fishing.
Has she really?
Oh, yeah. She did. She went fly fishing in the river with all of her girlfriends, and she said it was fun. She liked it.
Lisa, Ireland, river runs through it. She's out
There
there
you go.
fly fishing. Good for her. Let's go to Don. Don, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Don.
Hey, guys, I've got two things if you give me a little bit of leeway.
Sure.
John, I'm here in Idaho right now as well. I'm in Hayden. We're here for a wedding. We were here for a wedding on Saturday, and I just wanted to tell you, people here, when you tell them you're from California, they're mean, man. They are straight up mean to you.
You know, it's very funny.
But
not only is that true,
Yeah,
but when the first thing we did was we got Idaho plates put on our cars because of exactly what you're saying. That they're
I'm
sick
sure.
of Californians moving here.
No, they are, but they're absolutely mean with some of the things they say. But that's not what I called for. What I called for was, Steve, you were talking about the person singing the national anthem.
Yes.
I really find that it angers me only because they were asked not to.
Right.
If somebody came on your show and was live, no screening, no nothing,
like you,
and you asked them, please don't do this,
Yes.
and they did.
Yep.
Wouldn't you be a little pissed?
I would be pissed. It's okay to be pissed. I mean, she was making a statement. She was making a powerful statement. She elected to not do what the Dodgers asked her to do and did it anyway. And I say at this particular time, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. She was trying to send a message in the way that she could. Let's go to Tim. Tim, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Tim.
Hey, guys. Two things.
Yes.
First one has no relevance to anything anymore, but Stephen Adams.
Yes.
Not even the most famous person in his family.
Yeah, wait, doesn't he have a sister that won a gold medal?
So he has. Oh, he's a big family, but he has a sister who is a dame, and she is a multiple-time Olympic and Commonwealth medalist in shot put, and he has a sister who is a Paralympian, who I also believe won a medal in the Paralympics. But that's not why I called.
Okay.
The question I have for you is the WSL have done away with the draft.
Okay.
Given the college atmosphere now and all the NIL money, do you think that basketball and football would follow?
No. And I've heard this argument made before that you really don't need a draft, and you wouldn't. But the problem would be, Mace, that all the really, really good players, all the LeBron, Wemby, the guys that are Cooper Flag this year, guys that are absolute locks to be the number one pick.
Right.
If they could go to the highest bidder, they would all end up. I mean, there's ways you could gerrymander.
Although because of the salary cap, everybody couldn't go to one team, right?
They could if they wanted to.
And they could all take less.
Right.
Right.
So I think it would then all of a sudden you'd have elite teams in Miami, New York, and L.A., and everybody else playing catch-up.
Right.
So I don't think it would work.
Yeah. Let's go to Joe. Joe, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, the reason why I agree with John on the Kevin Durant trade is that he wants the team he's going to trade less. He doesn't want them to trade more, or else he's not going to be left with the team. So
that's part of
the matter.
That's part of it too.
Yeah, that's definitely a factor.
San Antonio could make Phoenix. I guess they haven't yet, according to Windhorse. They haven't made an offer yet. But San Antonio has a lot of good young players that, like, if they gave him Jeremy Sohan, who's like and
would
Devin
they trade
Vassell,
Stephon Castle or no?
I don't think they'd have to.
Yeah,
I think they can give him Vassell. I think they can give him Keldon Johnson. I think they can give him Jeremy Sohan, and they can give him picks.
Yeah.
And that's what Phoenix wants.
Let's go to Chris. Chris, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Chris.
seeing that the Red Sox would have taken a bag of peanuts for Devers.
Yep.
We should have gotten him instantly. Muncy, I know, I don't want to hear it. A guaranteed 300 hitter that plays the game to his level. We don't let the Giants have a chance to do that. We just blew it. I don't like it.
Okay. Now, this is interesting because in the baseball world, this is being compared to the Luka trade. That out of nowhere, on some random Sunday, one of the best hitters, or as Clayton Kershaw says, one of the best 10 hitters in Major League Baseball, changes teams all of a sudden without anybody even knowing that he was potentially going to be traded.
What's interesting about this particular trade is that Boston, they did it again. They did this with Mookie.
Yeah.
They're not a small market team. I don't understand what they're doing. Apparently this guy has been a malcontent with them.
Right.
Like they originally, when they went out and signed Alex Bregman, Devers said, I'm not leaving third base. Then when their first baseman got hurt and out for the rest of the season, they asked him to play first. He said no. Did you see he came out today and said to the Giants, I'll play wherever you want as long as we win. So he completely changed his tune. It's weird, this trade. I don't understand. Like Chris Rose predicted this 3 months ago. As soon as Devers pulled this stuff with, I'm not going to play first. I only want a DH. He said, you're not paying a $300 million DH unless it's Shohei.
Yeah.
So now Devers is I mean, it reminds me of the old Gary Sheffield trade. Remember he was so unhappy in Milwaukee? He was throwing balls into the stands on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, they had a position thing in Boston where, like, you got to play first base. He's like, I don't want to play first base. And then they just all of a sudden traded him. Now, here's the thing. I mean, they have now traded or lost franchise-type players. Mookie Betts, followed by Xander Bogaerts. By the way, they're all coming to the National League West, followed by Rafael Devers. It's like, what are they doing? When you sign a guy to a 10-year contract, he's supposed to be a cornerstone of your franchise. You up and trade him in, year one or year two? It doesn't make any sense.
And they're not the Florida Marlins. They have money. I don't get what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's get one more in here. Let's go to Frankie D. Fresh. Frankie D. Fresh, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Frankie.
What it do, babies? It's your boy, Frankie D. Fresh. I'm going back to that commercial you guys are talking about with the dogs and the doorbell. Yeah, it sets off my dog. Shout out to my dog, Picata Saucy Rodardi. And I was wondering your opinion on something. I'm training to run the Long Beach Marathon in October, and I take her running with me, and I pick her up. I live in Long Beach at one of the water fountains to drink water from it. Well, someone told me that I shouldn't be giving dogs water from the human water fountain. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I've told this story before. I used to have a dog that if you took him to the regular public drinking fountain, he wouldn't drink. And if you poured bottled water into a bowl, he would drink it right away. So dogs are smarter than we give them credit for.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Fancy dog.
Yeah, very fancy. Hey, out of curiosity, thanks for all the phone calls. Out of curiosity, the U.S. Open yesterday was won on a 65-yard putt.
It's it might be the greatest shot in major golf tournament history.
What's the longest putt you have ever made? How many feet?
Well, I've had a hole in one.
Oh,
but,
right.
Probably I might have made a putt that long once in my life, but not very often, and I have them all the time. It was an incredible shot. And you know, that guy's from L.A., and he's a Dodger fan.
Oh, nice.
J.J. Spahn.
Yeah, good for him. That was exciting. And he was the only guy that broke par, is that right?
Yeah, crazy.
That's amazing. Actually, coming up next, good question. How would the average golfer do at that U.S. Open course that we just saw? We will do that coming up next for you. And is Jaren Jackson Jr. a possibility for the Lakers if he were to move? I've got that coming up, too. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, if you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it simply. They don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So what are you waiting for? Go to that website. Use it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of Real Dodgers Talk. 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
Be sure to catch Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti, weekday afternoons at 1 p.m. on Mason and Ireland. Sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Hey, it's John Ireland. If you've been searching for an energy drink that actually works without the crash or junk, look no further than Pro Baller Energy. Made with clean ingredients and natural caffeine, it gives you a smooth, focused boost, whether you're at work, on the golf course, or just need a pick-me-up. It's energy you can feel good about, and the limited edition Lakers can makes it even better. Find Pro Baller at Costco, Amazon, and select convenience stores today. Try it and see why champions choose clean energy.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. Brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region, 13 years in a row in California once again.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. And for a limited time, Next Gen is offering $500 off any whole home water purification system. You may not know it, but our water here in SoCal contains pesticides, lead, forever chemicals, chlorine, and more. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. CSLB number 1011173. Next Gen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Summer's here and seasonal businesses are hiring. Everything from hiking guides to surf instructors and more. Whether you're hiring for one of these roles or any other role, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's smart technology gets to work as soon as you post a job, diving in to find qualified candidates fast. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/sports to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
It's great, but while in this world, I think I'll take my whiskey.
You know who it is, John?
No.
Hosier, the guy who did Take Me to Church. This is a big hit from last year. Hey, by the way, I forgot to mention this, and I never should. Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you are experiencing any kind of emotional issues, depression, anxiety, the world has just gotten too overwhelming for you. Remember, you can always reach a therapist at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout. Mental health is health. All right, so Ireland, I was watching the U.S. Open's kind of comical. The weather was terrible, but it looked like the toughest course I've ever seen.
It is the one tournament every year where they try and make it as hard as possible. Their goal is for the guy who wins it to be the only guy under par, and they absolutely nailed it. And in order for J.J. Spaun to win it, he had to hit a 65-foot putt. So we were thinking, like, I play a lot of golf. I think some of our listeners, like Travis, plays a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Lives. What would we shoot if we were trying to play at Oakmont at a course that hard, and they asked a bunch of PGA Tour pros, okay, so if you took an 18 handicap, and that's like an average golfer, that's a typical golfer, what would he shoot at Oakmont at the U.S. Open? And so you'll hear, in order, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, and Min Woo Lee. They're all top 20 golfers in the world. And here's what they think about turning an 18 handicapper loose at Oakmont.
Probably 100 on the front nine.
If they finish, it's got to be 110 to 120. 120.
And why?
I mean, the greens are so slick and slopey, and the rough is, I mean, we can barely get out of the rough, so I think at 18 handicap we wouldn't be able to get out of the rough, so I don't know if that's ridiculous or generous. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I think they're being generous.
Really? What do you think? What would you have shot?
150.
No.
Yeah.
And you're what's your handicap?
8.
And you think you shot 150
yeah,
on
it
that
was.
course?
I mean, I don't even know if I'd finish.
Really?
The grass is so thick that I'm sure on one hole I would take like a 15.
Wow.
I mean, I some of those bunkers I don't think I could get out of. I mean, and I play a lot.
Yep.
But that was insane. How thick that grass was. Like you could just drop a ball and I mean, I don't think I break 150.
That's crazy.
I really don't.
That's crazy. And they take pride in that, right? Making sure that they.
Yeah, the players don't love it, but I do. I think it's really fun.
It's the only tournament that does that, right?
Right. I mean, all the majors are hard, but that's the hardest.
The hardest, yeah. All right, so interesting. I was watching, and I think it's okay. I'll play it. I don't think you're going to go along with it, but this morning, Alan Hahn on the Get Up was talking about the fact that Desmond Bain was traded to Orlando, and that maybe Memphis was melting things down and going to go to a rebuild. Here is Alan Hahn's idea.
There's a player on the Grizzlies roster that I'm now watching that I'm saying, wait a second, if you're going to make a reset with this roster, and this is a guy that's due a contract that you're going to have to talk to, it's Jaren Jackson Jr. Because that's a piece that a team like the Golden State Warriors, that a team like the Los Angeles Lakers could look at and say, we get that guy, we can win a championship, and they'd be right. So there's very few players in the league where you would say, whatever it costs, I want that guy. He's one right now, a defensive player of the year type candidate. A guy's averaging over 20 a game, shoots threes at a high level, blocks shots at a high level. That's a guy that could take teams like those two that are trying to get one more ring for these old veteran players, and you can win a chip now.
So, again, Ireland, your take is that Memphis is keeping everything together. They're not going to move JJ. Is it JJJ or JJR?
No, it's Triple J.
Triple
J. They call him. Jaren Jackson Jr.
And Ja, you think they're going to hang on to and
I
not
think the
move.
reason they trade it, and Allen's right, by the way. He's a tremendous player. I mean, he's exactly what the Lakers would need. He's a big guy who defends and scores and doesn't have a lot of. I can't think of any weaknesses that guy has. But the GM in Memphis is a guy named Zach Kleiman who used to work for the Lakers. And he's full disclosure here. I know Zach a little bit, not well, but I know him and I like him. No way he's trading Triple J.
Right.
No way.
Well, by the way, no way the Lakers have got the pieces or the. I mean, it's kind of
probably not. Now, would they trade Ja?
More likely, I think. Yeah,
that's possible, but you're once again rolling the dice on a guy that's been suspended almost every year he's been in the league, but a tremendous talent. But I think that when they traded Desmond Bain, I thought, okay, first of all, they just got a mother load from Orlando.
Right.
Orlando just gave them everything and anything they asked for. And now I think they have leftover money, the money that they were going to pay Desmond Bain, and they can give that to Triple J. So I think he's staying in Memphis. That's just my thought, though. Allen could be right and I could be wrong.
Yeah. Somebody asked me a question over the weekend, and I thought it was interesting. They said, what is the craziest picture in your phone? The craziest picture in your phone. And I started scrolling through. I'm not exactly sure. Laura, what do you think the craziest picture in your phone is? Like one that would make us go, whoa, wow.
Oh, I'm so tamed.
Yeah?
I don't think
You don't have one?
I don't think I have nothing crazy. No, I'm like super plain Jane. I have cool pictures of like places I've traveled.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Chichen Itza, like when I went to Mexico, like I have that. Some of the past weekend that I took while I was out there in LA, like are pretty cool. But other than that, nothing crazy.
Brian, what about you? Anything crazy on your phone?
The thing that comes to mind is some pictures from Humboldt. You know,
oh,
in that area,
yeah.
people would see it to be like, "Oh, that's pretty insane."
Really?
Right? Yes. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Right.
Just, things that
text us a picture.
I'll
text us a picture from your days at Humboldt. Ireland, you got anything?
I'm looking through my phone as to what would fit that description. The craziest picture.
I guess what is crazy? Like what would it?
So I decided that my craziest, the one that jumped out at me was either when I'm taking pictures in the Sistine Chapel or when I'm at the pyramids. One of those are pretty wild. It's hard to believe I actually went to Egypt and went to the pyramids and all that stuff.
That's pretty cool.
It's crazy. I was stupid and young and reckless. Stupid, young, and reckless. It's great to be that way
fun to me.
at some point. Yeah. So, all right, coming up next for you, John, I think this is interesting. There was a point where Sean McVay was going to walk away as head coach of the Rams.
This is really weird.
Yeah. We'll talk about that coming up next because one guy talked him off the ledge. In the meantime, next level tech and safety features Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. I drive an Elantra, absolutely love it. It's a hybrid, it's beautiful. You want to check out the Sonata, which is great. You want to check out the Ioniq 6 if you want an EV. Oh man, it will blow you away. And every Hyundai car and SUV comes available class exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist. And because they want the road ahead to be as worry-free as possible, every Hyundai comes complete with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles, limited powertrain warranty. Time for you to take a test drive of your favorite Hyundai today, only at your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
They got it all hooked up at the Dodger games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got great seats, like right down the third base line.
Beautiful.
Like good table right in front of them where you can have like cervezas.
Oh, those seats.
And some aguas calientes.
Hot water?
No, what's the what did I have today?
Aguas calientes. I have family there.
What do I have? What did I have today? The shrimp. What did I have today?
Aguachiles.
Not aguas calientes. What did I have? Is that a casino?
Agua Caliente by DeAndre's house.
Right. Yeah.
And then Aguas Calientes where my cousin lives in the state of Mexico.
Okay.
You're getting there, Cappy.
What did I eat today?
Shrimp.
No, but come on. No, I don't want the white guy version. What was it called?
DeAndre?
What was it called?
Aguachiles.
Aguachiles. See, now I got aguas calientes.
You were close, Cap.
I was very close. Aguas chiles.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the industry's idea of a healthier tomorrow, where vapes are deemed safer. Never mind, they can contain cancer-causing arsenic and lead. And they're anti-aging, because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the deadliest industry can rebrand itself as your friend.
Auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, what's up, people? Ireland, I got a question for you. This is a golf thing that drives me nuts. There was a UPS driver that was trying to qualify for the U.S. Open. I guess it was last week, 2 weeks ago. He probably wasn't going to make it, but he got DQ'd because he didn't sign his scorecard correctly. Yeah. Now, why is that a thing? Like, you talk about stupid rules like Luka getting it. Why Luka getting ejected? All these stupid. Why would you disqualify somebody because they didn't sign their card?
I've never understood it either. Matter of fact, I don't even understand. I mean, it's like an old tradition that you keep your own score in golf. But on the PGA Tour, there are people not only keeping every shot for you, but photographing every shot for you. Why do you need to even keep score?
Yeah, it's so weird. It's such a weird thing. All right, so Sean McVay, everybody remembers there was a moment in, I think it was 2022, where Sean McVay just wrapped up a really difficult season with the Rams, and there was a lot of talk that he might jump to television and go to Amazon. Well, as it turns out, one coach, former coach, could see in Sean what he was feeling when he walked away and actually talked Sean out of it.
I think that Chris Peterson, who's the coach you're talking about, saw in McVay what he saw when he burned out.
Yeah.
In other words, Peterson goes, I know that look. I know how he's feeling. Now, what made this extraordinary was that they had no relationship.
Right.
So Peterson got a hold of his phone number. You know, those guys are all connected.
Yep.
And he left him a voicemail and said, Sean, this is Chris Peterson. I don't know if you know who I am. I was the head coach at Boise State. I was the head coach at Washington. And you look exactly how I looked when I burned out. If you want somebody to talk to about it, here's my number. And not only did Sean call him, but he says that Peterson turned him around. And we'll ask Sean about it when, you know, we have him on once a week during the football season. But in the meantime, I think that's an extraordinary gesture from Peterson.
Yeah, no doubt.
To reach out to someone you don't know. Like, I could see it, like, if I saw you doing something and I called you and said, hey, what's going on with you, blah, blah. But you and I have a relationship. Like, to call somebody you have no relationship with, that's pretty, like, it could have gone the other way.
Right. Could have been out, I mean, it was kind of out of the blue. And I wonder.
Not kind of, totally.
I wonder how much of it actually like, did he really turn McVay on this?
Well, it's how, according to Jordan's story, Jordan Rodriguez wrote the story in The Athletic. McVay says he did. McVay said that had this interaction not happened, he was probably going to retire or go to TV. And he said, I was just in a place where I didn't think anyone else could understand. But I couldn't. The losing got to me.
Yeah.
I think they went 5-12.
Yeah, it was a really rough year.
I was super burned out. I was just starting my family, and I just wondered if this was something I should keep doing.
Yeah.
And he said that when he talked to Peterson, and now they're good friends, and they talk a lot. And I just, you know, it's that old thing you always do when you do your Better Help commercials, is that sometimes you just got to talk to somebody.
Right.
You know, it doesn't always have to be the person you think, or the person you know. It doesn't have to be your therapist. Doesn't have to be your best friend. Sometimes you can get a fresh look at something from talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
And he did, and it worked.
I always say part of it is like, so I'm in my own head. I'm seeing things my way. Sometimes you need somebody to look at you and check your behavior. Are you actually doing the right thing? Like, you think you're doing the right thing, but somebody else comes in, and that's where a therapist or like my shrink will say, yeah, you're not thinking about that right. Sometimes you need a different point of view, and that's why therapy is great. And that's why, by the way, like you said, John, family, friends, whoever you can talk to, definitely talk to them. But The Rams have Chris Peterson to thank, apparently, for that Super Bowl championship when McVay hung around and ended up winning one. All right, John, let's see. Oh, I wanted to get to this. Adam Silver was talking about and you'll have to dig this, Brian, from Friday. Adam Silver was talking about the TV ratings for the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals have been very entertaining. It's 2-2. Tonight's a critical game 5, and the team that wins game 5, whatever percent of the time goes on to win. This one is at home. I think it's going 7. What do you think, John?
OKC in 6.
Okay, in 6. Okay. So here's Adam Silver. He's talking about the television ratings, which are down, but he's spinning them in a particular way. Listen to this.
We have 2 markets, as we've all been around for the last week, in Oklahoma City and Indianapolis, that are completely captured by the finals. I mean, every store you go to, there's signage. Everyone, look at this concourse here. Yeah. Everybody on the streets is wearing the team colors. I mean, and I think I've been doing this for a long time. I don't remember being in 2 markets where it feels so dominant to have these games. Then as a media matter, it's interesting. Like, people compare us to 20 years ago, but for these games 1 and 2 so far are the highest rated programs in May and June so far on television. And if something beats us, it'll be another sports program. Back 20 years ago, we often didn't win the night when the finals were on. But the ratings, the absolute rating is lower now. But what's happening, people talk about in politics all the time that we're a divided society and people just want to watch their point of view. The world's changed. There's so many more options now and this goes to your question, that for us, a huge event happens like the finals, the question is, how do you bring in casual viewers? It used to be, when you were on ABC, there were only a few networks. Right. And then there were some cable channels. And so if there was the NBA finals on, or the World Series, or whatever it was, you were drawn to it because it was a big event in society. People were talking about it at work the next morning. And long way of saying, I think we have to do new things now. So in some ways, I couldn't be happier. I mean, we're dominating in these cities. We're dominating relative to other programming. But ultimately, the goal is to get more people to watch, and that's what makes it a bigger event. And
so he's talking about the fact that there are a whole bunch of different ways now that people consume the finals, and bites here and bites there. It's not just about TV ratings. It's about, as they would say in digital, it's about impressions. The NBA is getting a ton of impressions during the NBA finals, despite the fact that it's not necessarily getting the best ratings. Now, if they went to a Game 7, I think that would do a pretty good rating, don't you?
Yeah.
Game 7
I
is
do
Game
too.
7,
And the games
right?
have been great.
Yeah, they've been entertaining as
they've
hell.
been really good. I don't know if Indiana can pull another rabbit out of the hat like they did in Game 1 and Game 3. But maybe. And maybe they do get Game 7. But Adam Silver's really smart.
Yeah.
And, one thing that's important when we're talking about ratings, the ratings really don't matter to the NBA in this sense. They've already cut their broadcast deals for the next
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
So if they have a down year or two in the ratings, it doesn't matter because they get paid the same whether the ratings are good or bad. So the fact that – and I think that this year did a lot to quell the league's fixed. Which I've never believed anyway, but a lot of people do. And if the league was fixed, the Knicks would have been railroaded into the finals. The Lakers wouldn't have lost to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, right.
So, I think it shows that the NBA is on the up and up. I think that Halliburton and SGA have kind of announced their presence as international superstars, and the games have been really fun.
Yeah.
Game 5 tonight, by the way, we've got it, and you can hear it right here, but it is I've been pleasantly surprised by the finals. They've been really good.
Yeah, I thought all along they'd be entertaining. I didn't. We also know they're smaller markets. It's funny, Silver was talking about dominating in those markets. I would imagine that in those markets, like the world has stopped. In Indianapolis, Indiana, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the world has stopped, right? So that's it's great for those towns. And I think if people actually settle into the basketball part of it, there are a couple of great stars in this series. The games have been, Game 1 was amazing. Game 4 had the OKC comeback. I mean, they've been good basketball games. So if people can get past the market size and just watch the games, they're going to be entertained. And we do have that game for you. By the way, I think we also have Chelsea is up on LAFC 1-0 in the FIFA World Cup. It is 74th minute, and Chelsea has a 1-0 lead over LAFC. So we'll keep tracking that for you, too. The NBA Finals, the draft, free agency, offseason, every moment of what the purple and gold have in store for the biggest offseason in history. We got your dose of what's next for the Lakers thanks to Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time for me to talk to you about Pro Baller Energy. Pro Baller Energy is the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. And the thing about Pro Baller, you can try one of those crazy, high chemical, and most of those things are going to make you crash. The difference is that when it comes to Pro Baller is natural, and it's got all sorts of premium ingredients. And when you drink Pro Baller, you don't crash. So that's the difference. With some of these other drinks, you can load up on them, they'll keep you awake, but you crash. With Pro Baller, you don't. It's a natural, healthier drink with 102 milligrams of natural caffeine. So no matter what you're doing, you're getting up early, you're golfing. Like today, I'm flying. You can always use Pro Baller and you won't crash. And right now, you can rep the squad with the limited edition Lakers can. It's great looking. It'll help you feel sharper, stronger, and more locked in. Grab the drink that fuels the Lakers. Pro Baller is available at Costco, select convenience stores, and online at Amazon. Pro Baller energy drinks. Champions choose clean energy.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of real Dodgers talk. 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
Want to sell your home because you're downsizing? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell the home that you've inherited? Call Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your home and take advantage of your equity? Call Seller's Advantage. No matter what your reason for selling, Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer and can close in as little as days or as long as you need. Don't worry about the condition of your home. You don't need to pay for costly repairs because they buy as is. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for over 20 years, focusing on helping sellers get the highest offer possible without having to get it ready for the market or deal with agents or pay commissions. They make selling easy and painless. They'll even offer you a $20,000 advance for moving and other expenses. If it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer. Call 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-397-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 019616.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, where vapes are anti-aging. Because you're more likely to die younger from a stroke.
Cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. More than 500 tables, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Front Row Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, June 21st and 22nd, 11 to 5. For more info, go to frontrowcardshow.com. That's frontrowcardshow.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
All right, guys, I'll take this one. Okay, so you guys know I love me on this day.
Yep.
And yesterday, so not today, yesterday, June 15th, The Lion King opened up in 1994, so it's been 31 years. But I also saw that today in 1995, Pocahontas was debuted in theaters, along with Batman Forever, which I also love. But I want to know, what are your top 5 all-time favorite Disney movies? So you can pick any
all-time favorite Disney movies. Wow.
Well, Lion King has to be in there, right?
No, I
No.
yeah, it depends.
So Disney does include Pixar. It
Yes,
does
Yeah,
include
that's the
Pixar.
question.
Yeah.
Well, so mine would probably be. So are you talking strictly animated movies, Laura?
Just all Disney.
All Disney. So,
So
some
like
of those
okay,
live
so
action
Disney
ones that they did.
Disney has a division called Touchstone that has made a bunch of. They made Miracle, the hockey movie.
That one's a good movie.
Yeah, which is awesome. They made a movie with Dennis Quaid called The Rookie about a baseball pitcher
It's
in
also
Texas.
good.
That's a great movie. But Mace, I would probably lean Pixar. And if I left Pixar, I would put Cars, Finding Nemo, and Up as my 3 favorite Pixar movies.
Needless to say, my favorite Pixar movie, and I never shake from this,
Coco.
is Coco. I absolutely love Coco. I watched it a couple weeks back. It's such a good movie. Just turns me. I'm basically a puddle at the end of it. It's so emotional and so cool.
good.
So Coco is my favorite. Up is definitely right there. I love Up, and it's hard to argue with Finding Nemo, which was classic. Lion King, amazing. Beauty and the Beast, amazing. Some of those movies are terrific. But I would say Coco is my absolute favorite. Brian, what about you?
I'd probably go Toy Story for sure. It's
Yeah,
the
Toy
all-time
Story,
favorite.
sure. Toy Story's
One of the new ones that I actually really enjoy is Soul. It's a Pixar movie.
I saw that movie.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
That one's very good. And then I'm in the same Cars, Up, and Monsters, Inc., the original.
Monsters, Inc.,
Great.
okay.
A lot of those are
So
Pixar.
good.
Good.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, so my blood is boiling a little bit right here because,
Uh-oh.
in a good way, though, because I was just watching, as we just saw, the 3rd no-hitter in men's College World Series history. Arkansas, Gage Wood, had threw, I think it was like 120 pitches, had a perfect game until the 8th, had a hit batter on a 2-strike curveball, which is kind of brutal.
Yep.
Even hit a batter in the 9th inning here, but it was overturned as like a strike 3 call because he leaned into it.
Okay.
3rd no-hitter College World Series, hasn't happened since 1950. One of these things that doesn't matter the team, doesn't matter the player. I've never seen this kid before in my life.
Yep.
But watching him, go out there and get that no-hitter kind of just, it gets me going. So watching a no-hitter in baseball is one of the most exciting things in sports.
Yeah, it is. It is. I've never seen one. I've never been to one. I've watched them on TV. I heard one on the radio, but I've never actually been to one. Came close a couple of times, but people joke about it, or people think I'm making it up. But literally, if I go to a ball game with somebody, whether it's one or a friend or whatever, when the first hit happens, I always, even if it's in the first inning, I say, "There goes the no-hitter." There goes the no-hitter. I'm always thinking no-hitter when I go to the ballpark. Ireland, you always alert me to no-hitters.
Yes, we have code because you don't like me to use the word no-hitter.
No-hitter,
So
exactly.
if I say there's a special game going on, that's Mason's cue that there's a no-hitter happening. If I say there's a very special game, then he knows it's a perfect game. There once was a time when the Astros were not good. They were just terrible every year.
Yep.
And in the 80s, they had a pitcher named Mike Scott.
Sure.
Who won the Cy Young Award one year. And Mike Scott threw a no-hitter on the day they clinched the division title in 1987, and I got to go to that, and it was
that's
unbelievable.
Cool. Yeah.
So
I've
had good luck.
He was cheating. I think he was
cutting the balls
cutting
up.
the ball with his belt buckle or something
they're all
back then.
cheating.
Yeah, they were all doing that. No hitters. And I want to mention too, Chelsea now has a 2-0 lead on LAFC. They're in the. It looks like the 83rd minute, so the game is
almost.
The game is winding down, and it looks like LAFC is going to fall to Chelsea.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, I'm going to disclaimer that I'm not the biggest fan of the hot dog eating contest, but if you were sad because Joey Chestnut didn't participate in last year's competition, don't worry. He is back. He announced, "I'm thrilled to be returning to the Nathan's Famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. This event means the world to me. It's a cherished tradition and celebration of American culture, and it's a huge part of my life." So personally, I feel like every time I've seen it, I want to barf. Are you guys a fan of watching the hot dog eating contest?
I'm not. I think it's disgusting. I think it's absolutely gross. I think we're sending a terrible. Like it's on TV, and I'm like, it's awful to present this as some sort of idealized American pageantry event. I mean, it's just guys stuffing themselves until they're sick. I am not a fan of the contest. And by the way, I did once eat 11 hot dogs in 5 minutes on the radio here.
Yeah,
cheated. And Sliwa cheated.
Sliwa cheated.
cheated.
I beat him, and that's why he's not here anymore.
I'm with Mace. Once you see that thing once, you never have to watch it again. It's the same thing.
And by the way, that guy just goes around. He goes to the shrimp eating contest, and he goes to the.
Yeah, he's a professional competitive eater.
I feel like Brian might be like a lover of this. I don't know. No offense, Brian.
I mean, I love me some hot dogs. I don't like watching it. I just think what he tweeted today was like, this is a tradition of American culture.
Yeah.
I don't think it bodes
This
well
is not
for
the
the
best
American
of
culture.
American culture. No, it's a good
Right.
point. It's a good point.
What's up, Foo?
All right, speaking of baseball, back to baseball here. Andrew McCutcheon had some comments over the weekend saying that the baseballs are different this year.
Yeah.
And today he actually got a little pushback on it, and he had this quote. He said, "They're simply not behaving the way they should. I know. I've hit over 300 homers in my career, so I know what the ball feels like." Kind of doubled down on it, on the balls being a little, as he said, dead. And then Jeff Passan actually this morning on ESPN said the same thing, that the balls are different. And it has to do with the seams being raised and all that kind of stuff. But my question here, so if you had to choose between the juiced ball or the dead ball that favors the pitcher or the juiced ball that favors the hitter, what are you more intrigued by?
I'm in favor of the middle, whatever the middle is. Not too juiced and not too dead. Just like right in the middle. Ireland, are you probably pro-juice, right?
Yeah, well, if I accept the premise of your question and I have to pick one or the other, I would pick juiced.
What about the middle?
The middle was not part of the question.
Can the middle be part of the question?
I mean, it could, but there's no fun in that.
Oh, there's no fun.
Right.
Okay, then I
you
say...
You did not accept the premise.
I did not. You're right, I did not. And I would say I'd probably lean juiced.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'd probably lean juiced.
What's up, Foo?
Yeah, I don't know how many. Is there evidence to back this up? Like, are there numbers that show there are fewer home runs?
I don't think so. There's a couple players that have come out and said that just feels different. But then you look at, Ohtani, Aaron Judge. These guys aren't having problems. And home runs still seem to be up, in my opinion, just watching personally.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. You guys were both out on Friday, and this topic came up, and I want to make sure I was right. So Pablo Torre finds out, dug out a rap album, a jazz rap album from, who was it? Sorry, Sam Presti. And we actually heard it. Wasn't bad. But the question became, who here wouldn't do a rap album? I personally said Ireland wouldn't.
Would not do one?
Would not?
Yeah.
John would.
Laura.
He'd rap. I mean,
I don't
give him a rap
associate
right
rap
now, he'll
and
do it up.
John.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Together.
You don't give him $100, he'll sing anything.
No, but you're not getting $100. He's not getting $100.
Just
He
to
just
do
has
one?
to do it.
Mm.
I know he'll do anything for money.
Ireland, will you do a rap song? Would you be good at it?
No, a rap
No,
album.
I wouldn't be good at it. But mine would be more. I remember when I did. Ramona dared me to do
I
Eminem
remember
Lose
that.
Yourself.
Lose Yourself is your game.
Yeah, and I did it as more like a spoken word thing, like kind of poetry rather than rapping. So I don't know if I could rap, but I would do it if you. I mean, I couldn't do an album. No. I mean, I'm lucky I can do one song.
No, I don't think you could do an album. But they said Travis was probably the least likely person to do it.
Trav probably isn't. Yeah,
Well, he has no interest in it. Travis is like a get off my lawn guy. He's like Travis doesn't want to do anything that he doesn't like. I would do it just to get a reaction out of people.
Okay, Laura, what do you got?
So we're gonna play a little bit of the song that we played on Friday.
And this is Sam Presti?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Freeloading. Yo, here
Thunder
and
Jam.
gone is Mother Nature's sad song. That's why when we alive, we gotta strive and keep on. So shift in the drive now. Put your mind
Is he one of those voices?
Yeah, it's him.
It's him?
Yeah.
Wow. I
See,
mean,
you guys could not pull any of this.
Oh, I totally could.
No, you
Mario
can't.
could help me put
Okay,
together.
Mario's good.
No,
Mario
he can
was
help
the guy.
me. He can help
the
me.
guy that we
He
couldn't.
can help me do a rap recording.
Wait, so I was
A
wrong.
rap recording. I sound very.
Very hip, man.
No, I will do some verses with Mario.
Oh, okay. I just want to know, was I wrong or was I right? Because I think out of Travis and Ireland, I think because Ireland's not getting paid, he would not do the rap.
I think Ireland would do the rap. I don't think Travis would.
Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, Ireland would do most anything.
So I was wrong.
Yeah, you were wrong there. Wrong.
Okay.
Strike
What's
one.
up, Foo?
Okay, so I think last week we were talking about Yelp reviews and
Yes.
if you leave Yelp reviews and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Well, I saw this put out actually by Yelp today. They ranked America's best fries. So Yelp itself has gone over 40,000 Yelp reviews
And figure out the best
fries
This
in
is
all
good.
of America.
Okay.
So I'll give you the top 5 here. From the bottom, Chick-fil-A, Bojangles, Freddy's, Shake Shack, and the number 1 fry in all of America, according to Yelp, is In-N-Out Burger.
Oh,
I know we've
I
kind of talked
agree
about
now.
that. Right.
Look, I love
No
In-N-Out.
McDonald's in there.
No
huh?
McDonald's on the top 10.
McDonald's is the best fries, period. I don't care what anybody says.
with that.
McDonald's, the best.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I used to be on that boat. I used to fight Greg because Greg was all about In-N-Out fries. And I'm like, you crazy. That's so bland. That's so this. McDonald's has the best. I was that person. But now that I'm 36 years old, the best fry, hands down, is In-N-Out.
I just think
Hands
it's too potatoey and not greasy enough.
It's real.
I want my French fries to be little sticks of grease. Little sticks of grease are delicious. Big potatoey things are not what I'm looking for in a fry. I understand some people like them. You do animal style and it's a whole different experience, but give me those McDonald's fries. Ireland, are you on McDonald's?
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're great. And I'm surprised they got to be in the top
They
5.
should have been in the top.
Not even in the top 10. They
That's
weren't even
crazy.
mentioned.
That's
Yeah.
outrageous. But we love In-N-Out.
Yeah.
In-N-Out's
That's what a
great.
hamburger's all about.
Also, Bojangles,
Yeah.
their fries are actually
I've
really
never been to a Bojangles.
So I had it in the airport in
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte. But yeah, I think something like that. When we were coming back from Puerto Rico, we almost missed our flight to get Bojangles. And I was like, dang, these fries are really good with ranch and buffalo.
Everything's good with ranch. When we were at Islands last week.
Oh, you were dipping
Oh, those
those
cheddar
things-
cheese
those-
fries you were in the
you were
ranch
scooping
dressing.
the
Those
ranch.
fries are so good.
Oh,
They're
my
so
God.
good. I love Islands.
Also-
By the way, Wednesday we're doing a live show from Richard Krasnick's house.
Yes, who won?
Who won for our CHLA auction.
Yes.
Gave a bunch of money to CHLA, so we would do our show from there. And Richard Krasnick, they're going to bring Islands over
They
to
are.
us.
And his
No
house looks
kidding.
so
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this guy's house is totally tricked out.
It is tricked out. And I felt so bad with Brian because Brian's like, man, I want an Islands burger. And I was like, I got you. I brought one for you, Brian, but it didn't, it wasn't going to last. So I just ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting in here all by myself, had the YouTube up, saw them bringing you all the good food.
Us eating, yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
That's one of the few times I actually ate during the show. But
was so
you put those
good.
cheddar fries in front of me, I'm like, I can't help myself.
It was so good.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
I got one more quick
Okay,
one for
one
you
more.
here today. So happy birthday, Justin Jefferson.
Hey.
And my question here is, if you were starting a football team here and you had one wide receiver to pick, is it Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Puka? Who do you think right now is the best receiver in the game?
It's Jamar Chase. Look at his numbers. You can't guard this guy.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson's great. Puka's great. Cooper Kupp's great. It's Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase basically won me multiple. I had Joe Burrow, so I didn't have Chase, but because I paid attention to Joe Burrow in fantasy last year, he won me the league. He just would throw the ball in Jamar Chase's general direction, and he'd pile up 200 yards. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a total triple crown threat. He's just a machine out there. And A.J. Brown's in the conversation. Justin Jefferson's in the conversation. CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, those guys. But no, it's definitely Jamar Chase. All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up Fool for today. It is ESPN LA's Legends launch presented by Legends Attic. It's all part of our 4th annual All-Star Friday night on July the 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Step up to the plate, take your shot in a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. Bring your own bat and helmet. Bring that big swing because spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing big, and be legendary. Coming up next for you, I've actually got evidence of whether the baseball is juiced or dead this year. I actually did a little research on it. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
George, are you like a suitcase unpacker?
No, I have my suitcase. I have that little stand or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Like the
and then I
suitcase.
put
The valet.
Yeah, Trudell is an unpacker. I was.
Oh, you could tell he's an unpacker. Gets his little bag.
He puts things in the drawers.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I'm an unpacker. I hang things in the closet.
Trudell gets those little basketball shorts out, presses his basketball shorts. the iron.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
The biggest event of the summer is coming to Honda Center. Saturday, June 28th. Most Valuable Promotions presents global boxing star Jake Paul on his path to becoming world champion. Taking on Mexico's former world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. In the co-main event, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez defends his world titles against Cuba's knockout artist, Yuniel Dorticos. Former boxing and UFC champ Holly Holm returns live from the Honda Center on Saturday, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month of therapy at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
All right. So, Brian, you brought that up about Andrew McCutchen and whether or not the home run is up or down this year. As it turns out, through the end of, it looks like we're averaging about, we're going to wind up with 15 to 20% fewer home runs this year. 800 to 1,000. 800 to 1,000 fewer than last year. It's a drop of 15 to 20%. Now, is there, what is the thinking, do you think, by Major League Baseball that they would introduce, once again, a dead-end baseball?
Because remember why can't I think of his name? The guy who ran Theo Epstein.
Theo Epstein, yeah.
When he did that 4-year project for MLB, what he found was people wanted more action. Baseball at that point was all home runs and strikeouts. That was it. There was no running on the base path.
No
so
action.
They want to keep the ball in the park. That's the simplest explanation for it. They want the ball to hit the wall and they want guys running. That's why they made the bases bigger. They want more action on the bases.
It's interesting because people still do love home runs. Brian, do you like baseball better with fewer home runs?
I don't think I like it one way or the other. I mean, if there's a home run a game or 3 home runs a game, I think I'd love it just the same.
Right. By the way, does it not make what Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge are doing even crazier?
Exactly. No, it really does.
It's a dead baseball, and they're still...
Right.
Did you guys see what happened to Aaron Judge this weekend?
No.
Aaron Judge, and he's been unbelievable all year.
Right.
Went 1 for 12 with, I think, 10 strikeouts. I mean, he couldn't hit the ball. He just had the worst weekend ever. And the Red Sox swept the Yankees, and then they trade their best player.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
No, I don't get that. By the way, the Angels got within sniffing distance of 500. They got swept this weekend. They're around it. They're not as bad as we think they are.
Right.
They're hanging in, but they've got swept this weekend, so they're done. By the way, if you are just tuning in and you've been under a rock,
and I'm feeling good.
Tonight, Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He will be the opener. So an inning, 2 innings, something like that tonight. But for the first time, Shohei Ohtani, we get the full e-ticket experience. We see him pitch and hit in a single game. And this is sort of just the beginning. Simultaneously, by the way, when this was announced, also, I guess before the game yesterday, Dave Roberts kind of wrote off the idea that Roki Sasaki was going to come back this year. At least that's the way it sounds from the quotes. But Shohei pitching tonight is just going to be amazing, I think.
Well, I think tonight is Blake Snell's bobblehead night.
It is, yeah.
And he hasn't pitched.
No.
and Tyler Glasnow hasn't pitched, and now Sasaki's out. You wonder how many more hits they can take to this pitching staff and still be the favorite. So if you don't have Glasnow, Sasaki, or Snell, and I think both Snell and Glasnow will come back in some way, shape, or form.
By the way, Snell, they're targeting the first game after the All-Star break.
So, but if you don't have those three, are they still the favorite?
Last year they had nobody and they won. Think about it. Remember, they were starting.
Well, they had Yamamoto.
Yeah, but they stayed alive on a bullpen game against San Diego.
Right.
So I mean, they're capable of doing it. But
so who would be your playoff starters in that best 3 out of 5? It would be.
You mean of the healthy guys or of everybody?
If Sasaki, Glasnow, and Snell are all out.
Well, it's Sasaki, Glasnow, and Snell.
So
then I go.
Game 1 is
Yamamoto.
Game 2 is Kershaw.
Ohtani.
Yeah, and maybe Ohtani.
Now, but again, I don't want to.
So they'd probably still be the favorite.
Yeah, don't write off Blake Snell because I think
I'm not writing off anybody. I'm just saying
coming
that
back.
Nobody thought Sasaki would be out for the whole year. Now it appears to be.
Yeah,
I mean, so you got to be. I mean, by the way, if Yamamoto got added to that list, so it would be Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, Sasaki all out. They wouldn't be the favorite anymore.
No, I mean, if you lose 4/5 of your starting rotation, you're probably done.
So right now they've lost 3/5.
Right, but Snell is just around the corner. Snell's just a couple of weeks away.
We think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem to have identified the very first game after the All-Star break as Blake Snell's return start, but we'll find out. All right, so John, I have a ridiculous, irrational fear of sharks.
Okay.
And I happened to come across this story off the coast of North Carolina. They have found the largest shark they found in years. It's 1,653 pounds. It's 13 feet 9 inches long, making it the biggest fully grown great white shark ever. Now, here's my question. If you were in North Carolina and you knew this thing was out there somewhere, it was off of Cape Hatteras in North Carolina.
Right.
Would you go in the water in North Carolina?
Yes.
You would.
So after Jaws came out in 1974, me and all my friends, we went with 10 of us, went to this movie.
Right.
We all agreed the next morning we would swim out to the buoys at the beach so we wouldn't be afraid of sharks.
Right.
So, yes, I would, as an attempt to keep my my love of the ocean alive, I would go swimming in the ocean in North Carolina.
See, I would absolutely not go in the water. Just knowing.
Will you go in the water in Costa Rica when you're there next week?
Well, we're not at the ocean. We're at the volcano, so we're not at the ocean. But when I was in Hawaii a number of weeks back, I did not go in the ocean because they're tiger sharks. And, the tiger sharks are like little, they're not big, but they're like pit bulls. They just come out, they as a school of them, they all come after you at once.
Is that the only reason you didn't go in the water?
100%.
Wow.
I don't believe you with that laugh.
So why do you spend that money to go to Hawaii and then never set foot in the ocean?
Well,
why not go someplace? Why not go to New York?
I'm not a beach ocean guy. I'm a pool guy. I like the pool. I like the jacuzzi. That's what I really like.
So, but I mean, you could do that anywhere.
Correct, but we choose to do it in Hawaii or coming up in Costa Rica. But no, I just
seems like an unnecessary expense.
Total unnatural fear of the ocean. It's not normal. It's ridiculous. So anyway, if I knew that the world's largest great white shark was circling somewhere around Cape Hatteras, I would not be in the water in North Carolina. I just wouldn't. All right, John, I thought this story. I pulled this specifically for you.
Okay.
So I would say one of your favorite players. I'm going to tell you the story, and then you tell me who you think it is.
Okay.
This is the description of a fellow NFL and NBA player. That man played the same way in practice, the way he do in games. We get in practice, first day of training camp, and this man going 100 miles per hour at full speed. I'm at year 12 at this point. I'm like, my man, I got to get my blank together. This man coming at me. And he was like an action figure. John, who is it?
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, yeah. As you always say, 100 miles an hour with his hair on fire.
Yeah, I was surprised he opted out of his deal.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
He must have another team that wants
Yeah,
him.
he seemed to have found a home there, but maybe not.
And what's weird is he's played for 7 teams already. So I wonder who the team is that will pay him more.
By the way, that was Raymond Felton is the one that said that practicing against Russell Westbrook was just hell.
Yeah, we used to call him Fat Ray.
Fat Ray!
And he said, I don't understand. I was only fat 1 year of my whole career.
Fat Ray. But, once you're Fat Ray, you're always Fat Ray.
Yeah, it's a tough
Once
thing
you're
to
Slow
shake.
Roy, you're always Slow Roy.
Slow Roy.
Slow Roy. That was the summer, wasn't it?
Oh, boy.
That was a very, very challenging summer.
You're going to regret this.
We absolutely did. All right, John, I find this interesting. Now there is this big settlement of college athletics, and there's a new $2.8 billion out there. So I found, and a lot of people think, all right, so there's basically how much of that money do you think should go to football, and how much should go to the rest of the sports at the university? So, for example, USC, they got a big Olympics program, all that stuff, but of their annual cap, how much do you think goes to football? How much do you think goes to basketball? All that stuff.
Well, football and basketball are the only revenue-producing sports. Everything else costs money.
Correct.
So that's why they get the lion's share of the
What
kickback.
percentage do you think they get of
80.
the money? 75% goes to men's football. Football. How much to men's basketball?
Probably 15.
15 is right. And to women's basketball, the remaining 5, and that's it.
The other sports don't make money.
Yeah, they don't. Although USC prides itself on all those Olympians and all that stuff. Somebody may gather them up at some point and pay them well. But, yeah, I think Olympic sports are a point of pride for USC, but obviously in terms of NIL, it's not necessarily going to matter as much. I'll say this. I mean, I claimed or just harangued on the radio for a year saying, why isn't USC into NIL more? Why are we behind the curve in NIL? If you look at their recruiting class next year, the 2026 class, and look at Chad Bowden, who's the GM, son of our friend Jim Bowden. He had come over from Notre Dame where he built that team that went to the playoff last year. He's now assembling something for 2026. And I think Bruce Feldman, your neighbor, was on last week, and he said something critical. He said, to hold that class together, there has to be a level of performance with this year at USC. And I think that's really important. They don't necessarily need to win it all, but they got to at least get a sniff of the playoffs, or the class potentially falls apart.
Yeah, if you want an example of a school that's really struggled with NIL, look at my school, UCLA.
Yeah,
They've never gotten that right. USC's at least moving in the right direction. And then the big schools, the Ohio States, the Alabamas, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of those years illegally, but they've been doing it for years.
Sure. All right, coming up next, if you were to rank quarterbacks for this season in the NFL, who gets number 1, and where do Matthew Stafford and Justin Herbert rank? We will do that coming up next. In the meantime, you ever feel like you've been knocked down? An accident can definitely do that. It hits your body, it hits your wallet, it hits your peace of mind. I saw a billboard the other day flip that feeling around. It's a bright yellow billboard. You guessed it, Jacob Imrani. It reads, "Make them remember you." That's a comeback message. Jacob's been helping accident victims across L.A. for nearly 3 decades. He takes the calls. He gets you the doctors. He handles the insurance companies. You focus on healing. Jacob handles the rest. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless Jacob wins your case. So if life hits you hard, hit back harder. Make them remember you. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Remember, proud sponsor of the Rams, the Lakers, and LAFC, and you can follow them online at Instagram and Facebook using handle @call.jacob. Great advice and prizes and more. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Do you know a high school senior who's a leader, scholar, and an athlete? Nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star Student presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. 5 winners, $500 scholarships, VIP treatment at our All-Star Friday event. Nominate your All-Star student today at ESPNLA.com. That's ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region in California for 13 years in a row. Come and see what the fun is all about.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
I don't know anything, but I just think it would make all the sense in the world for next year to be the year that is the final year.
I would like to also acknowledge that I, too, know nothing. However, I'm making a prediction. I say LeBron and Bronny and Bryce all play together for the Lakers. If that's what LeBron wants, that's what LeBron's going to get. But I think that he waits and Bryce plays 1 year at Arizona, jumps to the NBA, because that's what LeBron tells the Lakers he wants him to do.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Do you guys think I'm out of my mind?
I mean, I don't know, Cap. I don't know what to say to you.
What you should say to me is, Cap, God, that's smart. Gosh, you are so smart, man.
I don't know. I haven't slept enough today to really think about this stuff. So
then just roll with it, bro.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Cap.
Thank you.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of real Dodgers talk. 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at Hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. That's Hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And it is Mason and Ireland, your Monday afternoon. Shohei Ohtani watch, real Dodgers talk. Shohei on the mound tonight against those Padres, making his Dodgers pitching debut. We're talking about it all afternoon on the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland continues on 710 ESPN and always on YouTube. Watch the show at ESPN Los Angeles.
Tupac's birthday today, John.
Is it? Is he alive and living in a jungle?
Nope, he is not.
I mean, some people believe that.
Urban
but no.
legend. He's not
Disappointed.
rooming with Elvis at a condo in Bolivia. That's
Hey,
not happening.
can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you see this story about Stephen A. Smith getting caught playing solitaire on his phone
Yes.
during NBA Finals game? Is that something or nothing?
It's not the best look in the world, I suppose. I mean, in the end, I think Stephen A. knows what's going on. But the thing I thought was funny, John, is that there's a picture that circulated of Stephen A. playing solitaire. Somebody snuck up behind him and took the picture. And Stephen A. Subtweeted that and said, "Yep, that's me. Who would have thought? I can multitask, especially during timeouts. Hope y'all are enjoying the NBA Finals." Underneath it, Twitter, you know how they put those corrections and stuff?
Yeah.
They put this correction. Stephen A. is lying. This photo was taken during gameplay, not during a timeout.
Wow.
Now, who the hell went back and checked that?
The haters.
That is ridiculous, isn't it? I don't think it's a gigantic deal. It's probably not the best thing in the world, but I mean, if you were to watch us during the show, occasionally, I think from time to time, we probably loop around to other stuff on our laptops, on our computers, on our phones and stuff where we're multitasking. But yeah, I don't think it's a gigantic deal.
I will say this.
Did you ever play solitaire during a game, John?
No, but Michael is multitasking all the time. Michael's watching cooking videos.
Is
during
he really?
Wait, cooking videos?
That's
Heck
crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
he'll be in tomorrow. Him and Pepe will be in tomorrow. Yeah, you can do two things at once. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And so, Michael would have Clay's game on one TV and be watching our game on the other.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I think generally speaking, we've all had to, especially in the age of the internet, we all have to multitask. Like, I've got, how many screens are open on your computer right now, John? How many search? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 screens open right now.
Yeah.
Now, how the hell do I even know what's going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You're a professional,
I have
sir.
4, and that's a lot.
Yeah, I've got 9. I've got stuff. You have 10 screens
10.
open?
He has
10
10.
screens open there, 10
7.
screens open there. We all have to multitask.
We have to. It's life.
You know what I don't like when, this is going to sound stupid. I don't like when all the windows slide to the sides on my computer. Does this happen to you?
I hate it.
You're working along and all of a sudden everything slides out of the way. I'm like, where did everything go? And then you wait for it to come back.
Well, you can press like the Mac, right? Like it'll slide to the side. And I'm like, what the?
I
and then
don't want anything. I just want all my windows in front of me. I don't want
hate
one
it.
to slide over to the side. Anyways, that's...
Can we turn that feature on?
Do what?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Can
I don't
we
know how you
turn
do
that
that.
feature on?
I don't know either.
So, hey, Ohtani's pitching tonight.
Yes.
He's obviously on a pitch count.
Yep.
Do you let him stay in if he is, let's say he loads the bases, nobody's out, but the pitch count is still fine? Do you let him work through it?
Yes.
So even if he gives up 10 runs, you just say,
Well, I mean, there's a difference between bases loaded and 10 runs. I would say if he's giving up runs, that's different than just loading up the bases. Does he give up 2? Does he give up? I mean,
let's say he gives up 3, and then he loads the bases, and there's only 1 out.
So gives up 3 in the first.
Yeah, first guy gets a single, second guy walks, third guy hits a home run.
Right.
Then they load the bases.
I'm still going with him. He's pitching 1 inning for me.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's more important to get his work in than it is to win the game.
Yeah, don't you think?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I think
because you're not winning the World Series. Well, you might win. You won the World Series last year without him pitching.
It's true.
But this year you have so many pitchers down.
Yeah.
I think you're really going to need him.
I think so too. And I think everything should be about not tonight, but for the rest of the season. What we see from Shohei Ohtani tonight is really important. It's a big first step, but the most important thing is to get him right for the postseason. That should be the Dodgers' objective, whether that's a pitch count or an innings count or whatever that happens to be. They've got to protect that arm at all costs because it's going to be unbelievably important during the postseason run. So I came across this nugget, John. There is a I'm trying to do this. This is not really political. Adam Wainwright is a former pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals. There was a poll done that says he could win a congressional seat in Missouri, that he's polling above whoever he's in the race with. He hasn't decided if he's going to run or not. It's unclear if he has even indicated that he's interested, but they did this polling anyway. If you knew you were going to win a congressional seat, like if I said, John, run for Congress and you're definitely going to win, would you want to do it?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I think that I think that I got to be careful how I say this. Regardless of party.
Yeah. I didn't, by the way, notice I didn't even say what parties he was involved in.
Yeah. I think that most politicians start with good intentions. They almost always get derailed at some point along the process.
Yep.
Because, in this day and age, it's better to be polarizing. It's better to be Ted Cruz or AOC or, Nate, take your pick. But I think that serving the people in your district is something noble, and I still believe that there are good people out there that run for office, and I wish more people would do it. And so, sure, if I knew I was going to win and I knew I could make a difference, I would absolutely do it.
You know why I wouldn't do it? I would not want negative ads about me. Like, let's say I'm going to win.
Well, Brian, see if you can find one time Mason and I did negative ads about each other.
Oh, yeah, that were good.
And what was funny, we didn't talk about it.
Nope.
We just said, hey, do a we came off the air. We came with the idea. Let's pretend we're running for office. Write a negative campaign ad about the other guy. And both of us, and we didn't know that either one of them was doing it, immediately called Morales to get him to voice it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So Morales ended up, and Morales ended up voicing both political hit pieces or hit ads. And so you wouldn't, Brian, let us know if you find either one of them. But
yeah, that's some funny stuff. But I don't. The idea, even if you're going to win, it doesn't mean they're not going to come after you, right? They're going to. I don't want either side. I don't want to come after. I don't want to be somebody coming after me. That's why I wouldn't run for it, even if I knew.
Well,
I was
think that
win.
keeps a lot of people from running for office.
Sure, it's
most people like. But here's something else. Before you rip politicians, because everybody rips them, and especially now, there's a lot of them getting ripped because there's some of them deserve it. The issue is if you can endure that and get elected, then you can make a difference.
Right.
But the problem is you can't make a difference unless you get elected, which is why you get a lot of those hit ads.
Sure, exactly. Speaking of hit ads, I think Brian has found ours.
Okay.
So
who's first?
Yeah, who's first? My ad on Ireland.
First.
John Ireland lives in an ivory tower in a gated community in Manhattan Beach. And now he wants to represent LA's working man. With a forehead like Jimmy Neutron and a country club membership, John Ireland has been the play-by-play announcer for the Lakers for 5 miserable seasons. He says it's a coincidence, but ask yourself, is John Ireland the reason the Lakers can't win a championship? Chris Morales calls John Ireland a pain in the ass. He's a terrible golfer, says Hall of Famer James Worthy. Even wife Lisa Ireland says, I'm voting for gay stoner Steve Mason. John Ireland, a risky gamble with an ivory tower big forehead loser with too many pocket squares.
Approve this message.
Wow, that's even better than I remember it.
I didn't remember how. Yeah, that is funny, man. That is funny.
Brian, did you get the other one?
Yeah, here's one.
Here is my ad against Steve Mason.
I'm John Ireland, and I approve this message.
In these difficult times, our leaders have never been under more pressure to make the right decisions. Steve Mason can't make any decisions. He couldn't decide when to come out as gay. He couldn't decide when to let his hair go gray. Just this week, he canceled his Grubhub order twice in the same night. He can't even decide what to have for dinner. When the pressure is on, do you really want Steve Mason making the important decisions?
Don't ever underestimate my stupidity.
Paid for by the Morning Show Super PAC with John Ireland.
Oh, yeah, paid for by them. Yeah.
See, I think it'd be fun if we went back and forth and just did hit piece ads against each other.
Yeah, the is the I approve of this message at the beginning, and at the end of mine, I'm just like, I'm Steve Mason, I approve this message. It's like, I don't really want to associate with myself, but I'll throw this line in there.
Yeah, I think most people are.
I'm John Ireland. I approve this message. And then you just steamroll me.
He goes
This is
hard.
awesome. Awesome. All right, John, coming up next. Just entertain without jumping on this, okay?
You got it.
When two stars leave a show, should the show continue? I know it sounds like it's about us, but it's really not. We'll do it coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Cosm. Oh, my goodness. Have you been to Cosm? If you've not been there yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. You've got to check it out. It is sports like you've never seen it before. In the Dome, a massive wraparound display with reserved booth-style seating, wall-to-wall screens. Literally, if you watch a game, you will feel like you're at the game. Like you want to go see Game 5 NBA Finals tonight. You will feel like you're on the sidelines at that game. Same thing, every sporting event you can watch there, every big event, including UFC, including WWE, all this stuff at Cosm. They're even doing a brand new immersive reality version of The Matrix, which is one of the great movies ever made. If you have not been to Cosm yet, I sit here, I tell you about Cosm all the time. It's the most amazing experience. You've never had an experience like this. Get off your damn couch and get into Cosm. Secure your tickets to the NBA Finals tonight, Game 5, as well as all the other great events at Cosm. Go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com, Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of real Dodgers talk. 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino, come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the biggest show on the radio. And we know Mason loves to throw out scenarios.
I threw a bunch of scenarios out there yesterday. A lot of people screamed at me on Twitter, which is fine. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps.
More of Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN and always on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Tonight, Dodger Stadium. It is happening.
And I'm feeling good.
By the way, this is Shohei's song.
Yeah.
The All-Star votes are out. Did you see this?
Oh, no, I did not see who's leading.
So, who do you think the leading vote getter in the National League is?
Shohei.
Right. Almost 1.4 million votes. Now, here's the hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Who's second?
Oh. Huh. Who is second in the National League?
Yeah.
I am going to say Manny Machado.
He's fifth. Second is Freddie Freeman.
Oh, wow. That's
He's
awesome.
ahead of Bryce Harper. Freeman has 1,136,000.
Okay.
Then Pete Crow Armstrong is fourth.
He's
is
having
third.
a monster year.
Will Smith, fourth.
Wow. So
And-
Dodger fans are voting.
Yeah. And then Francisco Lindor, so Mookie does not lead at short. And so the outfield is Pete Crow Armstrong, Kyle Tucker, and Teoscar Hernandez.
Hey, how about that?
So
That's
you were
great.
lobbying for Andy Pages, but Hernandez may get voted in as a starter, which I think would keep Pages out.
Yeah, probably would. Yeah, you couldn't take another Dodger after that.
So here it is.
Great.
The DH is Ohtani, Will Smith catcher, Freeman at first, Sterling Marte at second, Francisco Lindor at short, Manny Machado at third, and Hernandez in left, Pico Armstrong in center, and Kyle Tucker in right.
There you go.
And the only Angel that is
in the running
is Trout.
Trout, yeah. Looks like Trout's winning.
Yeah, but Aaron Judge is the leading vote getter in,
overall, or just he's
just slightly ahead of Shohei.
There you go. So Judge is just ridiculous what he's doing. All right, so John, Bill Simmons recently said that when Tony Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser, when they retire, that
Michael
they should just
Wilbon.
Michael
Yeah.
Wilbon, they should just end the show. Do you think they should end the show, or should they ever replace those guys?
End it.
End it.
They are the show.
Yeah.
You could get something similar in there, but you're not going.
You're never going to recapture that.
The chemistry of those two.
Yeah.
Those two are fantastic.
Yeah, they are amazing. I know that's one of your favorite podcasts.
Yep. Listen to it every day on my way home.
Yeah. I was having this argument this weekend. We went to the casino. We took Mom to the casino.
For her birthday?
For her birthday. She was so excited. She's just pumping bills into the machine and losing it. Actually, she ended up $200. We gave her $100. She ended up with $300. So Mom had a very good day.
There you go, Donna.
Everybody in our group, not Stepdad Leo, won. They all won. I lost. And I think it's because I don't believe in slot machines. Like, they believe they're going to win. I believe this is a stupid waste of money, and I just start pressing buttons until it's all over.
Bad juju.
No. I agree with you, Mace. I think it is a waste of money to play slot machines.
But if they all won and I lost, doesn't that mean they believe in them more than I do? Like,
No.
I believe I'm going to lose
It means
when I
they
play
were
slots.
lucky and you weren't.
Is
You
that what it
weren't
is?
trying to lose, right?
No, I wasn't trying.
But you called it into
I wasn't
existence.
optimistic in any way. I thought, here goes another 100.
Wow.
Yeah, by the way, that's the thing. Here goes another 100. If you start saying that in a casino, you're
That's
in
not good.
trouble.
Stop.
Hey,
Here goes another 100.
Mace, you just tweeted us a picture.
Yes, I texted, yeah.
Yeah, or text us a picture. It's of the Al Davis John Madden movie coming up. Who's playing Al Davis? Is that Christian Bale?
Christian Bale.
Boy, he looks exactly
It's
like Al Davis.
amazing how
and
much.
Nicolas Cage is not a. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of him for Madden, but he looks like Madden.
Yeah,
in
I
that.
mean, Davis, you could say, oh, yeah, I see Al Davis. It's going to take a little bit with Nicolas Cage, but he's such a great actor. I think he'll figure it out, but I'm really excited for that movie.
Boy, John Madden. One of my friends in college was an extra in the Miller Lite commercials.
Oh, yeah?
So I went to visit him when he was filming one of them.
Cool.
And John Madden could not have been nicer.
Oh, that's
he was
nice
like,
to
he
hear.
asked us, he goes, where do you guys go? You guys go to UCLA? Well, tell me about it. My son's thinking about going there. You know, he was asking us questions. He was like one of the great guys of all time.
Oh, that is very cool. Very cool. I got one last thing I wanted to drop in here. One of my favorite movies of all time, I think one of the 10 greatest movies ever made, is The Matrix. By the way, which they're showing now, coming up in shared reality at Cosm. I just mentioned it during that read a couple of minutes ago. I absolutely love that movie. Very famously, Will Smith passed.
Right.
And of course,
said he didn't understand it.
And of course, the rest was history. Keanu Reeves is Neo, and the character has been an indelible one in the history of cinema. Now, Will Smith did not pass on just The Matrix. Listen to this.
I don't know if you can confirm it that you turned down The Matrix to do Wild Wild West.
That was one of my beautiful scars.
Are there any other movie roles that you've, turned down or maybe, didn't do?
It hurts too bad.
You don't even want to revisit it?
It hurts too bad. I don't think I've ever even said it publicly before. And I'm going to say it now because we're opening up to one another.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan brought me Inception first, and I didn't get it.
Wow. That's never been said before.
I've never said that out loud.
It's an exclusive. Kiss Extra exclusive.
And now that I think about it, it's those movies that go into those alternate realities. They don't pitch well.
Yeah.
But I'm hurt by those two.
Wow. Inception, just another unbelievable. And, of course, Leonardo DiCaprio got that role.
All right, I'm going to make an admission.
Okay.
I didn't get Inception either.
You didn't get it?
I mean, I got it once but I never would have thought, if you would have tried to explain it to me before they shot it, I'm not sure I wouldn't have had the same exact reaction.
But isn't
as
that
Will
the
Smith.
beauty of it? It's original, it's different, and it's Christopher Nolan, one of the great filmmakers of all time.
Back then, he wasn't Christopher Nolan yet. How many movies had he done before Inception?
It's a good question.
Like, he was, I know Christopher Nolan now is like, and then there's guys like, anybody would jump at the chance to work with David Fincher or Nolan or, Tarantino.
He had made Memento, Batman Begins, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, and then came Inception.
So he had some success.
Yeah, he'd done okay for himself. Yeah, I love, and by the way, I don't fully understand Inception.
Yeah, me either.
Brian, you I assume you like the movie, right?
I actually just saw it the first time this last month. So
I
loved it though.
It's amazing, but I don't fully understand. Like, I don't fully understand the Matrix. There's something going on there and I've got theories, but I can see why pitching it would be difficult to an actor, I guess.
Yeah, I had some theories on it that I turned out everybody told me I was wrong. So
really?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I disagree.
Right.
I disagree.
I like my theories better than that. So
you're right, they're wrong.
Exactly.
Whatever your theory is your theory. Don't let them talk you out of it. All right, we're going to do some game of games coming up next. I think it is Ireland's game today.
Yep.
And let's see, who are we playing with? We got somebody to play, right?
Oh, you guys missed this on Friday.
Oh, what happened?
Somebody unbanned themselves.
Oh, somebody self...
What do you mean?
Self-unbanned.
Self-unbanned.
Yeah.
Who did the show? Marison, where were you on Friday?
Mom's birthday. I was in the desert.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was Marcus Grant leading A chair and BK B chair. And Funches said, well, the boys aren't here. I'm unbanning myself. And he played on Friday.
And did he win?
No.
Oh, good.
Who won?
I don't even
I think Marcus did.
Marcus did?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Marcus rolled with it.
Well, he was not banned, so that's okay. Ireland got a little sneak preview for this game, or just let it roll?
It has something to do with something that's happening tonight.
Okay.
That's my hint.
We will do that coming up. In the meantime, I want to talk to you about my friends at Tax Relief Advocates. Owing money to the IRS is overwhelming and can definitely weigh you down. And there are all kinds of ads out there. They're trying to scare you, confuse you. Listen. Owing money to the IRS does not make you a bad person. Tax Relief Advocates knows this, and they want you to just relax and breathe and take the first step and get out from under that additional pressure that you don't need. Whether you got $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS one more day. The experts at TRA have a proven 3-step tax resolution process and knowledge of special programs available that can significantly reduce or even eliminate your IRS debt. Easy to see. Why they got over 1,000 5-star ratings on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And your tax nightmare. Get your life back on track. If you owe money to the IRS and feel you got nowhere to turn, call Tax Relief Advocates today. Simply visit TRA.com. That's TRA.com, or call 800-575-1482. 500. Check that again. 800-575-1482. One more time, 800-575-1482. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Next at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Wait, I don't know what chamoy is, though.
It's a sweet and sour, salty, spicy Mexican candy.
Yeah, I've had chamoy many times.
Okay.
It's a sauce, but they put it in candy. Like margaritas, too, and maybe micheladas.
So it's not what Michael Jackson would say.
No.
That was chamoy.
Chamoy. That's
Put that on
chamoy.
there.
That's
I knew
chamoy.
you were going to say that, Cap.
No,
I knew
you know Cappy's right.
Chamoy.
Sedano and Cap weekdays at 3 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
4th of July savings start now at Cardin Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new Hyundai Elantra SCL Sport for just $219 a month for 36 months with only $34.99 due at signing. Drive with confidence backed by America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles, and Hyundai's exclusive owner assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or schedule your test drive now at CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com. With SU 944151, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, license, $85 doc fee and registration. No security deposit, 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 7/7/2025.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of Real Dodgers Talk, 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Want to play in the ESPN LA's second annual listeners game? Visit ESPNLA.com now for your chance to secure a roster spot. Don't miss the chance to play for either Team Travis or Team DeMarco. Visit ESPNLA.com. That's ESPNLA.com today. Thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Armand.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night, happening Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. From 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., kids ages 7 to 12 will take the field to showcase their big swings. Meet ESPN LA talent, win prizes, and enjoy a morning of fun. Limited spots are available. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. And, John, we've got a special player. They're working on his headphone situation right now. Is it working?
Yep.
Okay.
We're working. All right.
Zaylen, our intern from Ohio State, is here to play.
Yes, sir.
Hi,
Yes, sir.
Zaylen.
I like Zaylen because he hates Ohio State. Good
Yep.
for you, man.
Yep.
Good for you.
He hates Ohio State, and he goes there.
Yeah, he's self-loathing. I like that. He doesn't say the Ohio State, which is good.
Nope.
So, John, what do you got going for a game?
All right, the NBA Finals continue tonight in Oklahoma City. So this is an NBA Finals game. It's all multiple choice, so everyone's got a shot. Here we go. This player has appeared in more NBA Finals than any other. Is it A, LeBron James, B, Bill Russell, or C, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Brian, LeBron, Russell, or Kareem?
Russell.
All right, Laura.
I'll go LeBron.
Mace.
I'm going to try LeBron.
Zaylen.
Russell.
It is Russell.
Oh!
And Zaylen and Brian
Zaylen's
are on the board.
Let's go, Brian.
Bill
Ball
Russell's
knows.
appeared in 12. LeBron has appeared in 10.
I cannot lose to Zaylen.
All right. Laura, this one to
Wow.
you. How many different franchises have won the NBA Finals? A, 14, B, 17, or C, 21? 14, 17, or 21, Laura?
I'll go 17.
Mace.
17.
Zaylen.
14.
Brian.
21.
21 is the correct
Oh,
answer,
Brian.
and Brian is
Brian.
taking the lead. All right. Mace, this one's for you.
Okay.
The Lakers and Celtics met in the finals 3 different times in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
In which year did Magic Johnson hit his famous hook shot to win Game 4? A, 1984, B, 1985, C, 1987. 84, 85, or 87?
87.
Zaylen.
87.
Brian.
87.
Laura.
With the crowd.
Everybody got it. 1987. I didn't know that until I actually wrote this game.
Because didn't we have we just had the anniversary of it. Yeah, the Chick Hearn
Yeah.
call of it, yeah.
Okay, Zaylen, this one coming to you.
Let's do it.
The start of this century, the finals were dominated by the Lakers and Spurs. From 99 to 2010, those two teams appeared in a combined 11 finals to win 9 titles in 12 years. From 99 to 03, either the Lakers or the Spurs won the title for 5 years in a row. Which team snapped that streak in 2004? A, the Heat, B, the Mavericks, C, the Pistons. Zaylen, Heat, Mavericks, or Pistons?
Pistons.
Brian.
Detroit.
Laura.
With the boys.
Mace. Heat, Mavericks, or Pistons?
Mavericks.
You should have gone with the crowd. Mace.
Oh, was it?
It is Detroit. Yeah, that was the year.
What year was that? That was 04?
04,
That's
yeah.
the year that Peyton and Malone and everybody was there, right? Yeah.
Yep. All right, so here's the score. Brian 4, Zaylen 3, Laura 2, and Mace 1.
1, yes.
All right.
Losing
Go,
to
Mace.
Zaylen.
Come on now.
All right, here we go. Laura, this one to you.
Okay.
There are 30 teams in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those teams have never appeared in the NBA Finals? A5, B10, C15. 5, 10, or 15, Laura?
5. I'll do 10.
10. All right, Mace.
15.
Zaylen.
10.
Brian.
I'll take 5.
5 is the answer.
Oh, wow.
Clippers, Wolves, Pelicans, Hornets, Grizzlies.
Only 5. Wow.
Those are it. Clippers, Wolves, Pelicans, Hornets, Grizzlies. Every other team has appeared at least once. All right. This one, Brian, I'll make you start going first. Who is the current title sponsor of the NBA Finals? A, Kia, B, YouTube, C, State Farm. Brian, Kia, YouTube, or State Farm?
YouTube.
Laura.
I'll go Kia.
Mace.
YouTube.
Zaylen.
YouTube.
YouTube is the correct answer. So Brian 6, Zaylen 4, Lauren, Mace 2 each. Let me see how many are left.
I'm like, did he not
1,
lock
2,
in?
3. Oh, so Mace and Laura are both
Oh,
out.
no.
All right, Zaylen, you're 2 back of Brian.
Let's go.
And there are, let me see how many of these are left. 1, 2, 3. All right, so you got to go opposite him when you get the chance. Here we go. Brian, which player holds the record for most career steals in the NBA Finals? Career steals. A, LeBron James, B, Michael Jordan, C, Magic Johnson. LeBron, MJ, or Magic, Brian?
I'll take Magic.
Okay, Zaylen.
I'll take MJ, the GOAT.
The answer is Magic Johnson. This surprised me. You don't think of him when you get steals. And Brian's running away with it.
Wow.
We'll,
All right.
We'll keep playing just for fun. We'll let everybody in This player holds the record for most blocked shots in one NBA Finals game with 9. Is it A, Dwight Howard, B, Hakeem Olajuwon, C, Bill Russell? Brian, Dwight, Hakeem, or Russell?
Hakeem.
Laura.
I'll go Hakeem as well.
Mace.
Hakeem.
Zaylen.
With the crowd, Hakeem.
It was Dwight Howard against the Lakers.
Dwight Howard, wow.
Yeah, in 2009. All right, next one. This player averaged more points per game in an NBA Finals series with 41 per game. Oof. Is it A, Michael Jordan, B, Jerry West, C, Rick Barry? Jordan, West, or Barry, Bryant?
West.
Laura.
Jordan.
Mace.
West.
Zaylen.
Jerry.
It's Michael Jordan.
Oh.
Laura's the only one who got it. 41 per game. All right, here's the tiebreaker.
Okay.
The player with the most career points in the NBA Finals is Jerry West. How many career points did Jerry West have in the Finals? Career points.
Okay.
All right, so everybody pick a number.
Okay.
Brian, how many career points for Jerry West in the Finals?
9,000.
Okay. Laura.
Oh, man. I don't even... I'll just... 9,200. 9,200. I don't know. I'm horrible at these things.
Mace.
3,000.
Zaylen.
I'll say 6,700.
Mason got it. The answer is 1,679.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
I mean,
not live in the finals.
Right.
He did not. All of his games weren't.
Which is
in
a
the
lot of
finals.
points.
Yeah, that's.
1,679.
What was the highest guess there?
9,000.
Was
92.
Laura's 9,200.
Yeah, I think
I don't
we
even
should
know
make.
why, because I did math and it was 3,500.
Laurie,
And I said
right,
9.
I did math and it was 3,300.
Look.
What was your math? How did your math work?
700 times 5. And then I said because Brian said 9, I was like, I don't know, I'm going to be super off. So I said 92 when I had 35.
Yeah. So, Zaylen, what do you think? Your first appearance on this important radio show on YouTube and everywhere.
I loved it.
Has it been everything you dreamed of?
Everything and more. I was expecting a little more effort out of you, though. I mean, losing to an intern.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
He did beat
I'm
you.
sorry.
He called you out.
Did you just call me out
I may or may not
this
have.
show?
I did.
I love it,
Whoa,
Zaylen. Give it to him. Zaylen had
He's gonna
4,
ban
Mason.
him.
You had 2.
Yeah. All right, Zaylen.
He's going to ban you,
What's your
man.
prediction for tonight?
What is? You think you're running this show now?
I guess so.
You're not running this show. You're not running it. No, I like OKC to win tonight, John. You're probably the same, right?
Yep.
Okay, stay tuned. The
agree.
Zaylen show is coming up.
I love it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, Zaylen. All right, coming up next for you, we got
Sedano and Cappy and Beto.
Shadano, Cap, and Beto coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Tonight, the Shohei era as a Dodgers pitcher
begins against the Padres.
We're talking about it all day on your home of real Dodgers talk. 710 ESPN.
And the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway. It's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $20,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, with Sellers Advantage.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Vote on a Monday.
On a Monday, Super Crosstalk time. We got Cappy from South. We got Shinano from, I don't know, where are you,
North.
George? Are you in
OKC?
OKC, there you go.
Yeah.
And I think Beto's roaming around here somewhere. How's everything going there with the finals? Game 5 tonight, right, George?
3-game series, Mace. This
Yeah.
is what everybody wants, so here we are.
I think Oklahoma City is going to win the series. I just question whether it's going to be 6 or 7. How do you pick it?
Well, here's the thing. None of these teams have lost back-to-backs in months. So I mean, maybe that changes at this point. But, yeah, it is not – we'll find out today, right? Because the Pacers also haven't lost a back-to-back in months, as I mentioned. So something's got to give at some point.
Cappy, your take. What's going to give?
Well, I'm not giving up on Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would I?
Well, I don't. I mean, there's no reason. I know this is your team. You're an honorary Hoosier.
They won the first. They won 2 out of 3, and then they very much were positioned in Game 4. They could have maybe. I mean, they were positioned to win that game. I mean, I'll just say it like that.
They blew
and they did blow.
It looked like the reverse of Game 1.
So the thing is that if they were up 3-1 right now, everybody would be saying, "Wow, I don't know if Oklahoma City's going to be able to come back." These two teams are much more evenly matched than I think most people knew going into the finals. So I don't know about you, Johnny but I'm not giving up on Indiana.
I'm not either, but, George, I thought they blew a golden opportunity to win Game 4. They had the lead in the fourth quarter. They were controlling the game physically.
Yep.
Shea played great. They got some calls, but
Definitely got some calls.
I now think it's OKC in 6 because I think Oklahoma City was on the ropes. They had a chance to knock them out, and they didn't. So now I'm back on the Thunder.
Yeah. By the way, the calls thing, yes, I think they did a little bit. But here's the thing. We focus on the calls late in the game. We don't focus on the calls early in the game.
Right,
and I think those are equally as important.
Sure.
You know?
There was one particular everybody knows that particular call that Shea they ignored was kind of a joke. But, I mean, it wasn't the reason they won.
Are you talking about the one on the baseline?
The one on the baseline where he has the push-off and then the couple of steps and all that, you know.
Listen, if they called that every time, Kobe and Michael may have different ring counts. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is sometimes.
So, Cappy, I got a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
I was watching the U.S. Open, believe it or not, yesterday.
Okay.
And I saw that really long putt that the guy made to win.
J.J. Spawn, the guy who won?
I'm wondering from you, what is the longest putt you have ever sunk?
Oh, man. You play long enough, and I don't play nearly as much as John does, but, you know, you get lucky sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping a 60-foot putt, which is highly, highly unusual.
Sure.
It happens, though, at times. I mean, everybody gets lucky here and there. I mean, John, I don't know about you, but when he got that putt, like when he lined up that putt, he'd already seen what Victor Hovland had done.
Yeah, it was a huge break for him. Hovland's ball landed up right behind Spawn's ball.
Right.
So, in essence, he got to see how that putt broke and what it looked like seconds before he hit it.
Right.
And I didn't think he was going to make it, but I thought that was a huge advantage.
And he had been putting really well. Actually, the story of J.J. Spawn is really interesting. Mace, you know, you said you were watching a little bit yesterday.
I was watching a little. I saw this putt go in.
Yeah, but did you see what happened in the previous hole 17?
No.
Okay, so it was like, John, what was it, about 308, 315-yard par 4,
Yeah,
so very short
he
par 4.
drove it past the pin.
He went past the pin. In fact, he almost hit the pin. In fact, earlier in the round.
Oh, I saw that where it hit the pin and then rolled.
No, that was earlier in the round where he caught some really bad luck, where he hit the pin when he was about 90 yards out. He hit the pin and the ball rolled back about 45 yards.
Right.
So he had caught some really bad luck, and That's the first time anybody's played that poorly in the first 9, only to come back and play that well and ultimately win on the back 9. And I thought it was tremendously dramatic television. You know, the rain delays, the massive rain pouring down, the brutal conditions on the course. I don't know about everybody else. I know not everybody's a golf fan. I freaking loved it. I thought it was great.
I don't remember ever a guy bogeying 5 of the first 6 holes and then going on to win.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Are you guys excited for the other big story of the night, which is Shohei Ohtani pitching his first game with the Los Angeles Dodgers? How exciting is that?
Excellent. Listen,
yeah.
I will be watching on my phone. It'll be a second screen at the game.
You will not be playing solitaire, though.
I will not. You know what? I probably should avoid actually watching it just because I don't want to get caught on the internet. Yeah,
George, do not watch this
People
game.
are keeping track of you all the time. At any moment, you can be caught.
So here's what I'll do. I will make sure to I mean, the great thing is I have the MLB Extra Innings app and all that stuff.
Sure.
So I can always just watch it later. How about that?
Exactly. There you go.
Do not watch it in-game, George, because
No,
there'll be somebody there.
Snap
who
a
wants
picture of you and
this
next
guy
thing you know,
Sedano, he's supposed to be a ball knower. He don't know nothing about no basketball because he's busy watching baseball. Don't do it, George.
Right. Yeah,
right. Good point.
I'm super excited for tonight. Travis is actually going. Travis Rogers is going. I like a little more notice.
So is Funchy.
Is Funch going?
Yeah, Funchy's making
nice.
it out. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think the atmosphere is going to be unbelievable. The ticket prices went up. I think the get-in price is like almost $200 now to get into Dodger Stadium tonight to see Shohei pitch for the first time.
To see him pitch for an inning.
Yeah, an inning or two.
Mm-hmm.
We might see 2. Why did you said it with kind of derision there, Cappy? Just an inning.
Mostly because when they made the announcement that Ohtani was going to pitch, I thought to myself, what's the most Ohtani / what's the most Padre thing that could happen in this game? And here's what I immediately came up with. Ohtani pitches a no-hitter, hits for the cycle, and hits a grand slam all in the same game.
Bingo.
Yeah. But then they said, he's looking at maybe like an inning.
Like an inning. Yeah. He's not going to figure into the decision. But I think that it's a really good sign. By the time we get past the All-Star break, I think he's going to be given significant innings, 5-6 innings, which is what they need. And maybe Blake Snell comes back after the All-Star break. This is a really big series, though, starting tonight with the gutty little pods. How you feeling about the series, Cappy?
Not good. I mean, I would think that if you're the Padres and you're coming off having just lost 2 out of 3 to Arizona, when they really should have won the second game in the series. They should have won the series. Thankfully for the Padres, Fernando Tatis has broken out of the slump that he's been in. He had a monster weekend. I went 8 for 14 in the 3 games that they had this weekend. So I'm not feeling great about it. I mean, the Dodgers just went to San Diego last week, took 2 out of 3.
Yep.
Dave Roberts did what he did yet again, where he outmanaged Mike Schilt, tried to win the war, didn't want to win the battle. You know, so if I'm the Dodgers, I'm feeling pretty good about it. If I'm the Padres, I don't feel great about it. If you're the Giants, you felt pretty good after the first game of the series because you had a little bit of a lead in the division for like a second. And
but
now,
you lose 2 out of 3, but you get Rafael Devers at the end of it,
which is
just a game changer for them.
Yep,
massive
move.
People that don't follow the American League wouldn't necessarily know, but that guy is just a monster, and I have no idea what the Red Sox are doing. You sign a guy for 10 years.
Follow the American League. You specifically because aren't you an NL only like?
I follow the National League so close. I know every setup guy in every Major League Baseball
bullpen. Guy's been an
bullpen.
all-star a bunch of times. Like if you love baseball, you know.
He is,
right?
I mean, 3-time Silver Slugger, win all that stuff. I mean, he's great and having a great year after a really slow start, but a huge get. And he's not. Ironically, they wanted to use him at first base in Boston. He was very upset about that. Wanted to play third, but they got Matt Chapman there, who's a Gold Glover. So he gets traded to San Francisco. San Francisco doesn't have room at third base either. So he's going to wind up DHing in San Francisco at least for a while.
Which would seem to be making him a lot happier because when he started to complain to the Red Sox, like, no, hold on a second. You guys, I was a third baseman and a DH. You guys went out and got a third baseman. I became a DH. Now you want me to play first base? That ain't happening. As a matter of fact, the quote was, tell the front office to do their job. And then the whole front office had to get on a plane and fly from Boston to Kansas City, as the story goes, to try and suck up to the guy to get him to actually play. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. So I'm hoping for him.
That's just mismanagement.
Well, I'm just hoping for him it makes it exciting.
Sure.
I hope it makes it exciting between San Francisco, the Dodgers, and the Padres.
Listen, this division is the best division in baseball. If the Rockies were even just competent, it wouldn't even be close.
Right.
But the 4 teams, beyond them are absolutely all playoff worthy teams.
Yeah, they are. They are. It's a really tough division. And I don't think anybody saw San Francisco coming. I knew the Padres would hang around for. I did not see San Francisco coming at all. And now they're that much scarier with Devers in the lineup.
Buster Posey already making a huge impact as a front office guy
impressive.
right away.
I was the guy who said they made a mistake by getting rid of Far Anxiety. And look at him now.
No, it's impressive to go from where he was, as a player not long ago, to being a front office executive and making these kinds of moves. It's damn impressive. Mace, are you making it out, though? You say you need more notice.
I need more notice than 24 hours that Shohei's pitching.
Mace, I'm stunned you're not going to this game.
I have a podcast scheduled for weeks. I have a schedule.
Okay, I understand a schedule.
But
I understand
you're taping
sticking to it.
podcasts in the afternoon and the evening?
Right after the show. Yes. Right after the show is when we record.
Huh?
Yeah,
you can't just do it from the station?
No, I can't. I can't.
Okay.
Well, Mace, but let me ask you this.
I have a studio. I can't.
Okay, but there are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, I'm going on Wednesday.
Are you going to the game?
Yeah, Beto and I are going to the game on Wednesday because we are taking 3 listeners.
Oh, nice.
As part of our Children's Hospital LA
Oh, that's right.
event.
Very nice.
So we'll be there on Wednesday night. We'll get the Dodger gold jersey.
You know what we're doing on Wednesday? Again, part of our CHLA auction. A guy named Richard Krasnick, who's a regular listener to the station, has purchased a Mason and Ireland live broadcast from his house. And we're going to do it from there on Wednesday. He's got we got lucky. He's got a totally tricked out house. It's got a putting green. It's got a pool. It's got all kinds of stuff. And so my thought is this, because I want there to be a little shtick. My thought is,
wait, can I before you go?
Yeah.
Can I suggest?
I'm not actually going, but go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm saying, before you say what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Can I suggest a Mason and Ireland putt-off?
That's a great idea. A putt-off. Ireland, are you in for a putt-off?
Matter of fact, I'm going to take it a step further. Can we go in the pool?
Yes. That's
How about loser?
Loser in the pool.
Loser
I
jumps
have
in
a
the
winner
pool.
in the pool.
Winner in the pool sounds good, too.
I want to go in the pool, win or lose.
Somebody's going in the drink. Are we able to broadcast from in the pool? That's a good question.
Legit
question.
question.
Yeah, just bring the microphones to the side
See,
of the
I've
pool.
never done that. Have you ever done that? Broadcast
Hell
from
no.
in a pool?
Not in a
That's
pool.
actually the live pool show would be really, really cool.
I think you guys would be breaking the mold by doing that.
You know what? And I think we've made a career of that.
Cappy, you have, and Cappy will alert his friends at Barrett Sports Media that you did.
Oh,
that,
100%.
Oh,
for sure.
that's right.
For
Will
sure.
you? Can
Maybe
we get
they'll
a
write
story?
a column about us like
Yeah.
they did about Cappy.
Can we get it? Do you send them a press release, Cappy, when
All
you
the
do
time.
something? Do you like
not
I
only when
just
I do
did
something,
this?
Prizes?
Not only when I do something, but when George does something. For example,
stop.
No. When George was talking about how he wanted to be the host of the Wheel of Fortune rather than
that's
Ryan
true. You
Seacrest,
did send that.
I
Yes.
sent that press release as well.
Nice.
I got George some publicity on that. Now, Mace, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about pools,
Yeah. No. don't.
I've heard.
You missed.
What do you mean?
It was last Tuesday.
I thought this Tuesday.
No, last Tuesday.
No, this
There's a
Tuesday.
Last
Jacuzzi already?
Tuesday.
You know, it's
I
unbelievable.
said this to Morales today. I'm like, you guys never followed up. I said Tuesday. It was
Yeah,
last
that
Tuesday.
we thought it was this Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a Friday. I said we're doing this on Tuesday. Then you never followed up on it.
No, but
The
Mace,
the jacuzzi's gone.
the new jacuzzi's already in. The new jacuzzi's already in.
Coming in tomorrow.
Wait, so tomorrow shouldn't we be able to christen it?
The other one's out. Yeah, and you're definitely not christening my jacuzzi.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Brand new
Can-
personal jacuzzi.
Yeah, Cappy, that's offensive.
Offensive is right.
Yeah, you should have.
Which part?
You could have sent
No,
off the last
what
one.
I'm saying is it's offensive, Mace, that you won't let them christen your jacuzzi.
Oh, my
Tell
God.
him, Johnny.
Yeah.
Tell him.
No.
See, Mace, I'm with you on this. I do think you're being a little bit of a stickler with the jacuzzi thing, but if they were going to do anything, the send-off for the old jacuzzi would have been the way to go. Yes.
Yeah, you didn't give us a date. You said Tuesday. I thought
Literally
it was this Tuesday.
said Tuesday. On a Friday, I said coming up on
You didn't say
Tuesday.
you didn't say Tuesday, June blank.
Okay, let me consult with my calendar and say
Yeah, Tuesday,
yes,
June 10th would have been the
I
day.
absolutely said Tuesday, June the 10th, and I told you on Friday, June the 6th, and
Okay.
then nobody followed up on Tuesday, June the 10th, so
Wait,
it didn't happen.
Where is this evidence so I know?
My calendar.
Uh-huh.
Can I squeeze in a Ballnour question to
Oh,
John?
yeah, do it.
So, John, I am of the opinion that the Orlando-Memphis trade yesterday royally screws teams like the Lakers, who now have to use that as a barometer in a trade.
I was stunned by that trade, George. I can't believe that Desmond Bain drew 4 number 1 picks.
So let me tell you what our guys say, okay?
Yeah.
Our guys say that part of that deal, and I'm assuming at least one of those, was to get off of KCP's deal at 2 years, $22 million or 44 total, because he had his worst year in almost 10 seasons last year.
So you got to figure he's on the decline. But here's the thing. Cole Anthony is a good player. And he's not as good as Desmond Bain.
No, he's a solid rotational piece.
Right. So you get Cole Anthony, 4 number 1s, and a pick swap?
The other way
what
it was
world
described
are we
to
living
me,
in?
Yeah, the other way it was described to me is that the belief is only one of those could potentially be a lottery pick. The other 3 are going to be more than likely, and we can never really project, but more than likely the chances are they're going to be outside the lottery.
So you're saying, George, that prices are going to be very high for teams looking to make moves?
Well, I think it just will depend on the scenario, right? Like, I don't think 37-year-old Kevin Durant is going to go for several picks. I think maybe 1 or 2 because he's 37 years old, and you have to extend him. So I think that it's going to be based on the situation. But I was like John. Even though I get that maybe you gave 1 first to get off of KCP's deal, 3 firsts, I still feel like that was surprising to me.
Yeah. Well, Cappy, what are you burning on? What's the lead? What's the icebreaker story? You always do an icebreaker story. What's the icebreaker? Tell us.
It's going to be a feeling because I've got some things prepared, but it's going to be a feeling.
Okay.
George is in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
George did a lot of traveling. No,
yes.
back and forth.
Yeah.
I went home for
he was
a
in
few
LA
hours.
this
I
week.
did.
So there could be George travel / Father's Day to get started.
Okay.
Or it could be Shohei Ohtani.
Yep. Definitely could be that. Well,
Shohei
go Shohei tonight. It should be
Shohei
really fun to see that
Ohtani.
guy pitch at Dodger Stadium.
And I'm feeling.
See you guys. I'll see you in like another month. It feels.
Okay. See you, Shadano. Have a good game. And we'll